Yeah, that would have been bad. That's not what I was trying to do at all. Jizzle, you
Man,
good, man?
yeah, man. Let me grab this. Let me grab this OKC pack real quick, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, okay. CPAC.
Yeah, they're getting smoked right now. I don't know if you know. So it
I
took me a
know.
little long to get in here. I was just watching the rest of the second half. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But niggas getting smoked. So I'm talking about always. You know what I'm saying? Threes is doing threes things. He gonna sit out so he can kill Cleveland tomorrow.
Ben, bro.
Common Sex got one
Ben, bro.
dread.
You got your promo ready?
Yeah, wait.
This nigga sick.
Are you gonna yell? Acknowledge me?
Yeah, I'm gonna like 10 times in an episode. I'm not gonna tell you when though.
Mm-hmm.
That's big action.
That's the energy I like right there, man.
Nah, I don't like that.
$1 million a pyro, pow, pow, pow. Just like I called it, huh?
My nigga said $1 million of pyro, pow, pow, pow.
Yo, I love that shit.
I told niggas I love that shit, bro. That nigga's great, bro. Right there. What's happening with my man, Social Mix FC, Young Pete? How you doing, Brody? Congrats, champ. Oh, man, fuck this nigga, man. Man, if you are anywhere within the sound of my voice, man, fuck this nigga.
Don't congratulate this nigga. Yeah.
Yo, man. Right. Niggas just hating. I didn't act like that. I didn't act like that when you won.
Nigga,
I was very gracious.
You can't, nigga. You can't, nigga.
Ladies and gentlemen, people with jobs, people without jobs, middle class, upper class, high class, all that. I'm talking about cats, snakes, chickens, ducks, elderly people, and twerkers. I present to you another episode of the Public Enemies Podcast. Listen. This is episode 153. 153. Of course, I go by the name of Graham. Jizzle, what you smoking on?
Oh, I'm saying smoking on that OKC pack. You know what I mean?
Nah, bro, you smoking on your own pack.
Nah, man.
But after the predictions, you was in a pack, bro. You should have seen that record, bro. You was a pack.
Big action, man. Shout out to y'all, man. So, of course, if you are joining us, we are live right now. Of course, not only on Twitter, but YouTube. Of course, Jizzle is here with me. Jizzle smoking an OKC pack. Ben Jammin is here, of course. He is the new Public Enemy #1, as we know, and we are joined with a special guest. We are joined here by Jizzy of the Dead Ass Girls podcast. This is a long time coming. Queen, beautiful. How are you? This evening?
Thank you for having me. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the 8 motherfuckers who pulled up. I'm good. Thank you for having me. So I'm quite surprised that people fuck with us as much as they do. But hey, we appreciate all the love. Welcome to the Deadass family.
Yes, indeed. Shout out, Desi.
Hey, dead ass, nigga.
Yeah, we the dead ass enemies, you bitch ass. Pow, 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 right? Pow, pow,
damn,
pow.
Nigga.
Voltron, nigga.
Hey, the DEA, dead ass enemies, nigga. Welcome to the DEA.
Yo.
The DEA?
Yeah.
That's not the same.
Well, that's DAE, right?
Nasty.
Oh, DAE.
It's okay.
My bad, man.
We was almost there.
Hey, this is man.
You know what you really need to be doing is on that hook on phonics pack.
No, man. It's that dyslexic pack. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying? Got the E mixed up with the A. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's day. It's day, not D. All right? Day.
I'm smoking on that Mayweather pack.
No, he's not dyslexic. He just can't read. See, I can be doing that right now.
But if you got punch in the head many times,
that's different. They said we got to go in on the Bucks wearing the fake Dior ones.
Damn, man.
Yo, and they was stepping on them shits on the tiptoes and creasing that shit.
That's why they were so comfortable with it.
Mask off, nigga.
That's why they were so comfortable with it, bro. They wasn't tripping off that. They was like, nigga, we got these from the Chinaman right up the way. We ain't even tripping off none of that. We finna get these one more again. You feel me? These was nigga 50. You feel me? For the love.
I'm saying 37, nigga, on Amazon. You feel me? I'm saying I told them I was the other buck, and they sent it to me.
Oh, shout out to Ice. Deadass Girls have the wildest Twitter page in wrestling Twitter.
Y'all damn near do. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Y'all damn near do. Y'all crazy.
Yeah, we said some crazy shit. And I'm like,
we say some crazy shit, but I be looking at y'all shit like,
yo, I'm trying. Yo, I be saying shit, and I be like having to table that shit. I'm like, yo, this shit too much. Like, I'm not trying to get the page suspended again.
Listen, this is how we see it. Literally, what you get on the podcast, what you get on the Twitter is literally how we are in real life. That is really how it is. Mm-hmm. That's like we literally just turn on and record. What I was telling Graham earlier, I'm gonna flip the percentages. So 60% of the Twitter is me and my just curiosity. And the other 40% is literally shit that Gina tells me either through text or through phone calls. I'm like, yo, bitch, I got to tweet that. She's like, yeah, go ahead. So it's a collaborative effort. I'm glad. It took a while for us to kind of find our groove into it. But then once we stopped giving a fuck about the groove, that's when shit started falling into place.
I love that. You gotta not give a fuck and just go crazy, and that's what y'all do. And I appreciate it.
As long as we not racist, not homophobic, not transphobic, not actually egregiously out of pocket, we're gonna do me. So that's really what it is.
Right, and I agree with that. That's the same way we are, man. As long as shit kind of stays within a certain margin, then we feel like it's
right.
It's safe.
You know we are white. We can't get away with that kind of shit. You know.
Yeah. Like this nigga telling what'd you do? You told a nigga to jump off the stairs head first.
Yo, the nigga was saying shit. The nigga was saying wild shit about black people. I was like, yo, I'm having a bad day at work. I was like, yo, nigga, jump down. I was like, yo, nigga, jump off the stairs head first, nigga.
I said this on our newest episode. I'm like, yo, when I have a bad day, I like smoke. I'll light a candle. I'll take a shower. I'll eat. Like, I'll do some shit to calm myself down. My first thought is not, yo, let me get the Yeti and fucking snow on bitches. Like, that's not my thought. Okay, I'm not out here talking about, yo, let me air out the, hey kids, what comes before 47? AK, like, I'm not, like, I don't understand how it is that when white people get angry, like, the first thing they want to do, like, oh, God, fuck this, mom, fuck you, fuck society, I'm gonna fucking, and I'm like,
yo.
Like, relax, my G.
Like, yo, you either get no buns or your cum sock is too crusty for you to keep going. So you gotta do something, you know, you gotta change it up. Like, there you go.
Fucking Lord.
That's my motherfucking force.
All right, y'all know how we get started around this piece.
What is the
she's bringing that shit to our show. She sure is. Let's go.
I'm thinking I'm gonna have to be on my best behavior. Okay, then niggas, what we doing? Come on, nigga. What talking about, man?
This is how I know not listening to our podcast. Okay, this is how I know. But no, I mean, I peruse y'all. I'm gonna be honest. Like, there's a lot of people who reach out. There's a lot of people who ask for their opinion, and I peruse it, you know. But I'm not gonna go on someone's show and bring this type of energy when I know that they're not like that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I'm not trying to fuck up your show.
Oh no!
No.
Do that. We
definitely
I'm trying to make it better.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate that. Well, let's get into it, man. World shit. World shit.
What's going on?
I don't know what happened to Ben. Did you know, Jizzle, that Triller has also, in addition to just acquiring Versus a couple of weeks ago, that they also just acquired Fight TV.
Oh.
So this Jake Paul Ben Askren fight that we're going to see this weekend is now also under Triller. Which, I mean, I think the Triller Fight Club banner, you know what I'm saying, it's already been the thing, you know what I'm saying. But now they're on Fight TV, and they just acquired that whole little service. I think that's pretty dope.
Just buy it all up. Get it all.
Yeah, no. Versus the niggas, they get into the bag.
But, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Getting Fight TV is not like getting Versus, though. Get Fight TV, okay, get a couple, I'm saying, get some AEW shit, maybe. Some one fights and shit. Like, I mean, you ain't getting Black Excellence, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? you ain't getting Black Excellence like Versus, you know what I'm saying?
I'm shouting it out because
fake, nigga. Like,
I'm shouting it out because the deal with the Versus, exactly. The deal with the Versus thing got Timbaland and Swiss Beats stake in Triller.
And
So
everybody
now,
that participated, right?
exactly. So everybody, it's a domino effect. You feel me? It's love spread around. You feel me?
Hey,
Everybody's
man,
getting chicken. Everybody's
for
getting
real.
cashed out. Nas is supposed to be making like 100 million from Coinbase or some shit like that.
Wow.
This nigga Nas, blood. This nigga Nas just be falling into some money on accident. Be like, yeah, hey, Bitcoin, what the fuck is that? That shit sound funny. Buy some, nigga.
Yo, nigga
Buy
got
some of that
that
shit,
Gram,
nigga.
nigga got that Grammy and never look back.
That's
Yeah,
hella
nigga.
funny. That's hella funny. Well, we talked about this last week, just the state of things. So I don't want to somber things and go back into that whole little, mood that we kind of got in last week. But I do want to say rest in peace to DMX. We did get word that he passed. Exactly. Yeah, I know.
That was
Since the
right
last
after
time we
too,
were
huh?
here, it was like the day or two after we did our last episode, you know what I'm saying? But we had just talked about, everything that we loved about him and all the things that, that he did and how, I think that they were good for hip hop and just all the good things that he did with his voice, with his message, with his music. I just wanted to shout that out and say rest in peace to DMX. We also lost Prince Philip, but I don't really care about that.
Yeah, he a pack,
Man,
nigga.
fuck that nigga.
Yeah.
That nigga been looking dead for about maybe 10 years, bro. Fuck that nigga.
Queen been waiting for that nigga to turn over, nigga.
I hope when that nigga walked to the pearly gates of heaven, Princess Diana kicked him in his fucking face. Fuck that nigga.
Kicked that nigga in his chest,
Wait,
nigga.
hold on. You think he made it to heaven?
No. I said this
No, he
nigga.
in
Everybody
purgatory.
goes there to be judged. And this nigga was like, yo, am I getting in? And they're like, nah, bro.
I know what happened.
Nah,
He went on the list.
Can I say
The
one
gates of
thing?
heaven opened up,
Nah,
right? The
bruh.
gates of heavens opened up, and then first thing he said, you think maybe he did, maybe he didn't. You know what I'm saying?
That nigga was front row at Lil Nas X and that Lil Nas X video, nigga.
Oh wow.
That nigga was grinding on Amanda Devil.
Yeah,
Nigga looked at his window and was like, yo, is that Nas?
Yeah, throwing the balloons at that nigga. Fuck
Well,
that nigga.
I do want to say,
That nigga didn't make Who We Be, nigga.
I know. Listen, I don't know how people feel about this. This is probably gonna cause a little bit of a strife, but fuck y'all. Bernie Madoff died today, and let me just say right now, as shitty and as trashy as he was, that motherfucker made off on the sickest scheme of the goddamn century. Okay,
Man,
we're
scammers.
bozo, but that motherfucker did some genius level fucking scheming that people dream about. So there it is.
Yeah.
Yep, that nigga's the fuck out of here too.
Yeah, he a pack, but you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
He's a crafty pack.
Right. He's a crafty pack.
Okay, like, I know people be like, "Oh my god," but my mom's pension. Listen, trust me, that fucking sucks. But you kind of gotta admit the ingenuity to pull some shit like that.
Like, you know what?
Like, listen, if I was able to pull off a fucking $1 billion scheme and end up chilling in Club Fed, come on,
Right?
Yeah, blood.
Them crackers.
Situation and shit.
like he wasn't in no goddamn Rikers Island. He wasn't in fucking St. Quentin.
He was comfy.
Chilling in a nice cozy. Yeah,
Feet
so.
up. With fucking Yeezy slides on and shit. He was chilling.
Playing badminton.
Listen, and he had the perfect name. Like Bernie really did
Madoff. Exactly.
Right?
Shout out to my boy.
He made off all the fucking money.
Yeah, made off like a
bandit. On
bandit.
that purple Urkel before we get the fuck up out of here. Steve Urkel now has his own medicinal weed line.
Called him Steve Urkel.
Really?
Yeah.
Nigga not even called Jaleel White. Nigga not about that nigga White.
I'm getting there, nigga. I'm getting there, nigga.
Yeah, he did do that.
There. Relax, nigga. Steve Urkel, nigga. Purple Urkel, nigga. Jaleel White stepping in to the motherfucking to the cannabis industry, serving up a nice, good old fashioned pack that niggas don't even really fuck with like that no more. But I mean, hey, if you wanna come up with your little purple Urkel pack,
Yeah,
I mean, have at it, my nigga.
Nigga should name that shit after Laura, bro.
Yo, okay. So
he got like noodle doinks. They
gotta drop.
They
gotta drop a Laura Winslow pack.
Okay, I'm gonna say this right now. I don't know. Are y'all like Power Ranger fans or whatever?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Jaleel White is crossing Jason David Frank territory of like how this motherfucker keeps banking off a character he played like 30 plus years ago. And he still gets money, which I don't understand to this day. I'm gonna say right now, that show was ass. And yes, I said it. It was ass. I thought it was ass.
A lot of people have their opinions on that, but this nigga was the voice of Sonic. Sonic is undeniable.
Yo, I was wondering if you were gonna bring that shit up. That man had like 5-6 jobs in the 90s, bro.
Yeah, man, he was going crazy.
He could moonwalk, nigga. He could do all the good things, like all the good things that a nigga could do, but he was just a nerd and nobody liked him. I'm like, so this nigga can sing, dance, turn himself into Bruce Lee, the smartest nigga on earth.
I mean,
play basketball.
I love Mac Dre. But I don't know if Mac Dre created the Thizzle dance when this nigga Urkel was popping pills on Family Matters, going Yankee.
Doing the Urkel? Do the Urkel. Do the
All right, so check this out. Last week we were singing the Jamie Foxx thing. We don't need to do the Urkel this week. All right, let's pull the instrumentals. Let's move it into some shit. Let's talk about some wrestling.
I was high and not on purple Urkel either, nigga. Not on purple Urkel. This is not 2006, nigga.
Purple Urkel, Lord have mercy.
You are late, nigga.
Yeah, nigga, what do you mean? Purple Urkel? All right, bro. Like, bet. You got it, nigga. Like, what's next, nigga? The tall tees and jabos, nigga? Like, all right, you got it, bro. You got it.
Let me get my peach optimo with that, nigga. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Hey, split that bitch down the middle. Yeah, for sure, nigga. I was standing outside the motherfucking gas station trying to get somebody to buy me a grape swisher, nigga. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, bro, let me talk to you.
Hey, come on, bro. And you can keep the change. Bro. And give me a black and mild.
Hey, it's always the for sure keep the change that get niggas going. Let's talk about WrestleMania. The fallout from WrestleMania. WrestleMania 37 was this past weekend down there in Tampa. They ran into a rain delay right off of the bat, night one, and had to immediately improvise and just go to a bunch of promos that they just had to cut on the fly. Now, right, yeah, but of course, let's rely on all of our strong hands in order to get that shit off, because you definitely. I seen a nigga tweet like, actually, I think it was J5 from the A show. Shout out to y'all. He said, imagine Vince throwing to somebody like Ricochet or Andrade in this moment, and you know what? You're right.
Ricochet would have been like, I didn't come here to talk. Shut up.
And he'd be like, all right. So
listen, I'm going to do some flips later. All right, I'm bald-headed. All right, who would have thought that Florida was going to Florida? Fucking.
Nigga, that shit was funny.
Listen, as someone who, in my real life, I work in events management, I saw that and I was like, this is the most ghettoest shit I've seen in my fucking life. So first things first, I don't know if you guys seen fucking photos or videos of it, but there was a tarp that was over the ring. And the tarp, you know, when like it starts raining and the shit starts getting lower and lower, like there's like a bubble. So there was a bubble of water hanging over the ring the entire night. And apparently that shit burst at the end of Mania. Okay. So listen, like, you guys clearly put this shit together last minute because Florida, you know, the government was like, yeah, y'all can have, you know, fans. So as someone who's in charge of like Mania, my first thing would have been like, okay, it's Florida in April. What is the weather like? Like, y'all have, like, it's not like this is the first time that they went to Mania in Florida. They've been to Florida. So they should have been able to know, hey, listen, it might rain, it might not rain, but whatever, we should fucking plan on it, okay? That's one. Two, the little fucking tiki torches that they have for Seth, none of them went off. Well, only a couple of them went off because they were too fucking wet. I would have been like, okay, if the tiki torches don't go off, let's have a backup plan. Let's have some pyro or something down the aisle so that at least something comes off. Because when he came out and he only had like 4 torches, I'm like, yo, this shit looks like the Charlotte.
That shit look trash. I was like, what are they doing? Like,
I'm like, yo, like,
this?
Is this the same tiki torch they used at the Charlottesville protest? Like, what the
Good
fuck?
God.
Okay.
You know,
So
I'm also gonna say that the ring being so wet, because I don't know if you saw, but anytime someone stepped, you know, when you step like on a wet carpet and it leaves an imprint. Yeah, so like you kept hearing the wetness and you kept seeing the imprints. I'm like, yo, somebody's gonna slip and somebody's gonna botch. And what happened night 1? Almost every fucking body slipped and fucking botched. Okay,
Mandy Rose.
no, just her uncoordinated. Yeah, her uncoordinated ass.
On the ramp. Now there were some moments where they did cut away, and I guess they had people like wipe it down. But I'm like, yo, how is it that in 2021 wrestlers' shoes are not slip resistant? Like, you know,
they gotta get them the non-slip sole, the shoes for cruise joints.
I work in
those.
service and we wear non-slips all the time. Like, you telling me that there's no way y'all can create that shit for your wrestlers. So
yeah, of course they can, but you know, all these niggas want to wear fake Dior ones and shit in the ring. So it's like, you know, why
Curry threes, nigga.
That's fucking
it was crazy. I'm gonna like, I hope that this is the last Mania that they fucking go to Florida, because I'm gonna say right now, Florida's trash. I went to Mania in Orlando and that shit was a fucking nightmare. I almost fist fought an Uber driver.
That was your name,
all right?
Awesome. 5 dudes with squeegees came out right after Mandy fell, and the refs were drying the ropes with towels after each match. Oh, they was working overtime trying to
after the when Drew and Bobby were on the outside and they were fighting, you could clearly see like big ass puddles.
Exactly. I'm like, okay, so they're like, it could that. See, I don't like. I get it. Social Mix FC. Thank you for your input. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the fucking day, billion-dollar company, Mania this year, Mania 37 was looking like fucking amateur hour. Like, I've seen a more lit fucking event posted by Uncle Magic in a fucking backyard at a bounce house. Like, this
Uncle Magic.
They should have been more prepared.
This shit was not it. I know that people miss having fans, but I'm like, yo, how about you care about your workers' safety over fans? Because listen, a lot of these motherfuckers were not wearing masks, or they had a mask hanging off their ear.
I'm looking at that shit.
Eye patch. Motherfucker had as a chin guard. I'm like,
they for sure kept trying to cut to the crowd, and then everybody had like no mask on, and they had to find somebody with a mask on.
Nobody.
I promise you, in the next 2 to 3 weeks. I promise you, the next 2 to 3 weeks, every state is about to have a surge in COVID because of all those motherfuckers who went to WrestleMania.
We'll see. Ben, you were not on our night 2 recap. What did you think about like night 2 just overall, and then we'll kind of move forward to like what happened from there.
Night 2 was like 90% filler, and that's what I thought. That's what I thought it would be when I saw the when I saw the postings for night 1 and night 2. Like, you had like Sheamus versus Matt Riddle. I wasn't trying to see that shit. You had like all the extra, like basically the fat of it. And it really was was SmackDown's WrestleMania featuring Monday Night Raw. That's how the shit felt. Like, the only match that was like watchable on that whole thing was the main event. After everything outside of that, it was just like, yo, I just had it on background noise when I was on Zoom.
Yeah, I mean, Sami and KO was like short. I think the shit was like 7 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it could have been a lot. It could have been a lot better. And the other thing is, you didn't need Logan Paul there at all. Like,
you didn't. You just like did it for the spot and for whoever was going to pick it up in media.
And I promise you, like, the way, like, the disdain that man has on him, you're not gonna bring as much fans in as you would like Bad Bunny, because niggas love Bad Bunny. In fact, I was at work today and somebody was talking. I was talking about WrestleMania, and a coworker of mine who doesn't even watch wrestling was like, "Yo, I heard Bad Bunny was on that shit." Like, that tells you like the range that they're getting. Like, they brought in people with Bad Bunny. I can't say the same thing for Logan Paul.
Bad Bunny went crazy.
You know what's crazy about them having Logan Paul is that the fact that like the type of shit that WWE can forgive. Like I don't know if y'all remember, but this motherfucker got in trouble for being in the suicide forest in Japan and filming a dead body. You know, so I'm like, okay, so
he said nigga over there too.
You got a racist, aka Colt Bogan. We're gonna call him that. You also have somebody who disrespects people, dead bodies, Logan Paul. But that is okay. However, my man Titus was mad excited and hugged Vince, and this dude got suspended. Like the type of shit that WWE be forgiving and the type of people that they be bringing in. That's why people were like, yo, Bad Bunny is way better than these other shitty celebrities y'all try to incorporate. So
yeah, man. Yeah, bring back LeVar Ball, nigga. Shit.
Bring that nigga
ass. Bring back LaMelo. Bring back LaMelo. If you gonna bring back fucking bum ass Belay.
LaMelo was a WWE legend, bro.
Already, yeah.
I'm convinced that LeVar Ball had a make-a-wish that he had to fulfill. That's why he was there.
Which one of y'all wanna? Which one would see? Oh yeah, what's going on? What's going on, Miz? Where your wife at? She white girl, right? Good.
So looking at what happened, you know, at WrestleMania and coming out of WrestleMania, we have
yes, black people rule the day. Yes, again, we have to say the day again. Like
yes,
we have to do and everything. Yes, that was the best match of the night. You see the screen right now, y'all? That was
the best match of the weekend.
Of course, that was the best match of the weekend. Everything.
It really was.
That was the best match of the weekend. It made the event.
And motherfuckers was talking about the whole leading up to it since Bianca Belair, giving Bianca Belair hell since she won the fucking Royal Rumble, talking about, her feet touched the ground. And then after that was disproven, it was, they're not going to main event. She's not ready to main event, some old Sam Roberts shit. Like, she's not going to main event. The match doesn't deserve the main event. It was the best match of the fucking weekend. The best match of the fucking week. I even put that over any match on NXT.
Oh man, I mean, Bruce Wayne Bruce Wayne ain't got no arm, nigga. They ain't got no arm, nigga. Look, my son ain't got no arm because she ain't got no fingers.
You can't say that. You can't say that.
He just won, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yo, nigga was like, nigga pulled up on Triple H was like, hey man, let me talk to you for a second, bro. I gotta win a belt. Nigga said, I gotta win a belt. I'm gonna go back to Japan, nigga. Fuck this.
I'm telling you, bro, all this nigga had to do was put his wrestling gear back on, and he was cool, bro. Ever since he got mad at Velveteen Dream, and started coming out there in street clothes, fucking niggas up. He been
nigga was the Crusader. Nigga beat up him. Nigga beat the shit out of Austin Theory.
Yeah, man, he been doing it for the culture, nigga.
Nigga was like, yo, you niggas is nasty.
You not respect the women's space, nigga. Or men, whatever your preference is, nigga. Get your arm broke.
Over the last week, we have had, I believe, 8 title changes in WWE. NXT title, NXT women's title, new tag team champions were crowned, SmackDown women's title, Raw women's title, US title, Intercontinental title.
And the Cruiserweight title.
And the Cruiserweight title.
Cruiserweight title, yep.
So all of the mid-card titles basically just shifted, right? Pretty much. So we're looking at a situation. Look at these 3 girls. All new champions, brand new landscape for the women's division. Shout out to Raquel Gonzalez, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair.
Although I still think it's bullshit that Rhea got it, and I still think it's bullshit that Raquel. I'm happy, but at the same time, like I can't be fooled by it because and me and Gina, we actually spoke about it on our podcast. Like Bianca Belair was put through the fucking ringer in NXT, and she got mad disrespected and never had a title opportunity. Moves up to the roster. She's kind of lost in the shuffle because they had her supporting her man, you know, when they first came up during the earlier pandemic. And then it wasn't until, you know, the last couple months that she's finally been having her shine. And then she had to battle through 29 other people in the Royal Rumble for her to finally get here. Well, Rhea was pushed up, came up, already asked for the fucking title match and got it. Like, it kind of makes you think like, yeah, I enjoy Rhea Ripley and I do want to scissor with her, but at the same time, it's like there's no fucking way that I'm supposed to believe. There's no way that I'm supposed to believe. There's no way.
Hey, that shit called Braun fucking Barbie, nigga.
There's no way that it's not equal. And then the same thing with Raquel. I'm sorry, but Raquel was nobody before. All she was Dakota Kai's muscle. She did what, 1 or 2 promo. The first time I ever heard her speak,
she was Dakota Kai's heater.
Yeah, I'm like, she speaks like a fucking Chicana. This bitch got a lowrider parked outside. Like, I didn't know anything about her. And then
that MAGA shit. So, that MAGA shit broke my heart, man.
I'm not surprised. I'm gonna be dead ass with you. A lot of Hispanic people
and the Raw tag titles. My apologies. Yes.
A lot of Hispanic people are racist, especially those who live in the Southwest. So that was kind of expected. The thing is, it's just like, as happy as I am to see women shining, I also know that as a woman of color, I know that those 2 whiter women, had it a little easier than Bianca did as a black woman.
Yeah.
But Raquel got a good showing in War Games, and they was like, oh yeah.
Well, I won't discredit the Raquel build because it's been a slow build. They've been kind of giving her the moments to where it would make sense.
She got the same build that Rhea got, nigga.
Yeah,
the exact same build that Rhea got.
Nigga. I want a title match. Nigga.
Yeah, no, nigga.
Like, I want a title match.
No. Io offered her the title match
and smacked her in the face.
Io offered her the title match, but Io had a great run. She was champion for almost a year. Like, let's not overkill it. You know what I mean?
But the thing is, too, and they do this a lot, is when a wrestler asks for out of their contract, then all of a sudden the storyline goes like this, and then it plummets to the fucking ground. Because when it first came out that Io wanted to go back home to be with her husband and start a family, all of a sudden her storyline became trash. And I'm like, wait, Io is way better than this. What the fuck is happening? And then you're like, oh, I see, WWE is being petty yet again. And as you notice, anytime somebody tries to get out, WWE starts being petty. And then you start seeing less and less of that person, or you start seeing them put into some shitty storylines or shitty matches. Again, I'm not discrediting that Rhea or Raquel don't deserve it. But what I'm saying is, when you compare all 3 of their NXT moments or their NXT, tenureship, Bianca stands out.
Yeah, of course.
Rhea second and Raquel dead last.
Hey, Bianca got the exact same build that fucking Ember Moon had, nigga, without the title run. Real, nigga. They just had her going through niggas. She was running through niggas. I'm talking about she was running through the division over there. Then put her in a title match. Oh, she loses to Shayna. And then they're in the 4-way and she loses to Shayna. Nigga, she's the one that gotta take the pin, nigga. They got the fucking Sky Pirates in there.
Right. Like, the only difference was that because Ember kept getting injured, she kind of suffered a little bit with her run. So she's trying to build herself back up. I mean, and it's great with her and Shotzi, but I'm just saying, like, it's clearly evident that certain wrestlers end up working harder than others. So then, it kind of makes you think, it makes certain people's wins more memorable. Like Bianca winning at WrestleMania, honestly, it was more memorable than Rhea winning at WrestleMania.
Of course.
Straight up, yeah.
Definitely, like 10 times.
Rhea's match was trash. Rhea's match was trash.
Yo, and then the rematch on Raw. Then the rematch on Raw was even worse.
Like they just don't have the chemistry. They didn't have the chemistry to pull it off.
Yeah, like it's like both of them are really great performers, but that it's like the case of 2 wrestlers who are really well in the ring who just don't mesh well with each other. And I think that the women's division has that issue, so they tend to fall back to their favorites. Like, I'm gonna be dead ass right now.
No, please.
Like, a lot. Haha. No pun intended. A lot of the matches that we had at Mania, as Ben said, they were filler. Like I felt like I was watching One Piece, like 900 plus episodes of straight filler anime and only 300 episodes of action.
Like I think night one had the matches that were like more so
Mania
like
matches.
the in-ring performers and exactly the attraction, the Mania matches. Night two was more of like, these are like stories that we tried to put together, and all the stories were trash this year. So they had to rely on the people that could actually just pull it off in the ring to pull shit off in the ring. Like even night two, for like as much as we've seen the Sheamus and Matt Riddle match, I still felt like that was a good match. And I thought that they fought snug. I thought that they fought close, and they were tripping. Like Sheamus was really kicking this nigga, busted this nigga's whole face up, and Matt Riddle was like, "I damn near really want to fight now." And it's like, I don't know if y'all want to do that.
That nigga was
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you want to
got
fight
the back.
Famous.
That nigga got the back. Like, what the hell, bro?
No lie, Matt Riddle had that look like he had that look like he forgot that he wasn't in UFC anymore. Like that motherfucker was like.
He looked him in his eye like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh,
like, you know what?
So, do I get a rematch? Do I get a rematch, right? Yeah, so
I get a rematch, right?
I get a rematch. No, you're going to fight Bobby Lashley and lose. Fuck. You lucky, nigga. Yeah, you lucky. Yo, Matt Riddle got that hurt that nigga.
So let's talk about what do the mid card what does the landscape of the mid card title reigns look?
Well, you said it perfectly, Graham. Mid card, because it's definitely very mid. Okay. So I'm gonna say this, that there's wrestlers who are in the mid card that deserve to be in the main event, and there's wrestlers in the main event that deserve to work at Dairy Queen. And when I say that,
damn, okay, fine.
That Braun Strowman doesn't even deserve mid card. What he deserves is to help everybody in the back, moving ladders, moving the light equipment, like he seems more helpful in that reign.
Yeah.
I
love it. I love
it. We hate Braun Strowman. Anybody but Braun.
Niggas like, yo, you need something money in your car, nigga? Hold on, let me pick this shit up, nigga.
Right.
Go Braun. Move this car real quick with your hands.
The problem is that people take that term mid card too literal, and they kind of don't even put the effort into giving us quality because they think, oh, main event must be the best fucking thing, and it's not. Like I remember back in the day where the Intercontinental title meant something. Okay, like I remember the cruiserweight division back then was literally the most respected fucking division ever.
They had all the workers.
WCW, the backbone of WCW.
Right, like
they had all the workers.
That first hour kept WCW alive for longer than they should have at
that's
one
what
point.
I'm saying. Like 15, 20 years later, it's like, oh, I just want to be main event. And I'm like, yo, like there are certain performers that they may not have the celebrity of being the main event.
That's great. I just realized Baron Corbin was not on the show. We need more shows like that, definitely. Clap it up for that.
What your ass say?
Yeah.
Yo, Godfrey's impression of Steve Harvey.
Battle Royale.
On Friday.
That Friday?
Yeah, on Friday.
SmackDown, on WrestleMania SmackDown.
On WrestleMania.
Yo,
we had
WrestleMania Backlash.
We had Monday Night Raw. We had Wednesday NXT. We had Thursday NXT. We had Friday SmackDown. We had Saturday Mania 1. We had Sunday Mania 2. And we had Monday Night Raw and Tuesdays. And it's like that's too much fucking wrestling, bro.
It's too much. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't watch all this shit.
I got other hobbies. Like I like to,
I like to get my dick sucked.
Yeah.
Like I gotta do that every now and again. I can't be like trying to let me take notes for next week's episode.
DVR, nigga.
Yo, like I used to like before I was employed, I could watch all that shit. Like I could watch Ring of Honor, New Japan, like all that shit. But now I'm like, yo, I got kids, I got a job, I got a wife. Like I can't be doing all that shit.
Man, that's why I'm trying to get somebody. I'm trying to get somebody to come to Death Row right now to cover ROH and New Japan and all the shit that we don't talk about.
It's all wrestling.
It's all wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, I want to watch this shit. Like I want to watch Jacob Fatu.
All right,
I really wanna watch
That's
that.
hilarious. Yeah, I want to see that nigga beat niggas ass too.
Let me tell you what's next on the title landscape. All right,
Let's talk about it. Who's next? Who's
so they had a missed opportunity with Jey Uso in that it should have been Jey Uso versus Big E, right? And he could have, lost. Jay could have lost to Big E, and he's like, oh, I'm tired of dealing with small fries. I'm trying to go for the big fish. I'm trying to go for the big dog. And that sets up Roman Reigns versus Big E for the title. The promos would be absolute flames, okay, from both sides. The match would be absolute flames. And it actually changes the Universal Championship because as much as I fucking love my Polynesian daddy, Roman Reigns, I will say that it is time for, a different change of who goes for that title.
Changing of the guard.
Yeah, exactly. Changing up the guard. Apollo Crews, I'm happy for him, but listen, this fucking Nigel boy shit that he's doing right now is not it. And if that's how he truly wants to portray himself, kudos, you want to tap into your culture, but I just don't see him holding onto that belt too long. And I don't know if there's anyone, I don't know if they're able to build up a good enough feud with somebody else to make that title mean something. You know what I mean? And then with the women on
SmackDown, that could go against him for that.
That's the thing, though.
You don't have any really baby faces. They don't really have any baby faces to throw against him except for Big E.
But
Kevin Owens.
No.
Kevin Owens is probably gonna still be wrapped up in that shit with Sami Zayn, even
Kevin
though they
Owens
did have their match.
Go work at a Tim Hortons. All right, I'm tired of Kevin Owens. Listen, it's 2021. We should not be having Sami versus Kevin Owens again.
It was 4 years ago the last time they had that.
And it was mid.
It was a great match. Go back and watch it. I'm sorry.
Battleground 2016. Yeah, that's when they capped up the rivalry. Sami Zayn got the win over that, and then Kevin Owens got the big push, and he didn't get
that was the match. That was the match that as soon as the bell rang, Sami hit him with the haluva kick, right?
Yeah, I'm not talking about the NXT part because NXT rivalry with them two was great. I'm talking about when that rivalry translated into the main event.
That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Battleground 2016 was the main roster. That was a good match. I gotta disagree with you.
I like the match. I didn't like what happened after for Sami Zayn. I had high hopes.
Yeah, I
had high hopes for Sami Zayn from the point where he came down to NXT to wrestle. I had high hopes for him when he got signed when he was El Generico, when they signed him to NXT, and then he had the belt and had one of probably my favorite title win of all time for NXT, and had probably the best babyface. Huh? When he beat Neville, I love that shit. That was the first NXT takeover that I ever watched. I love that shit. And then you transition into bringing in Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens goes right back to whooping his ass like he did when they were Kevin Steen and El Generico. I love that shit. I had high hopes for Sami Zayn when he came up and he had the match with John Cena. And then as soon as that rivalry with Kevin Owens was over in 2016. What they do, they throw him right into that bullshit rivalry with Braun Strowman, and he's kind of been dwindling since then. And he just got his first title win since he's been on the main roster, like last year, near the right before the pandemic hit. He should be a multiple time champion by now. I wouldn't say I don't know if world champion, but at least a mid card title.
I agree with you. If
But they're gonna have
if Dolph Ziggler could be an 82-time Intercontinental Champion and only 6 of those were good,
No, man. Fuck Dolph Ziggler, man.
Dead ass,
they
but
about to put that nigga Dominic Mysterio in there with Apollo, nigga, and this nigga Big E is gonna go right up against motherfucking Big Dog, and he got the New Day behind him, nigga, because he got a New Day that can get on the mic with Paul and Xavier, nigga, and then fucking Kofi will always stomp out the Usos, nigga, their whole life, nigga.
You know what I was upset about? On Raw, the way they booked and handled Damian Priest after the WrestleMania rub with Bad Bunny and all of that shit, him losing to Miz and Morrison.
Yeah, nigga.
He feels like a SmackDown guy to me.
I don't think that was the right move. I think, honestly, I think they could have done something to at least transition Damian Priest into that mid-card U.S. title picture. Maybe not directly involve him with Sheamus, because Sheamus wasn't even on the show. They could have done something to give him a win against somebody like this Miz and Morrison.
Let him beat Morrison. Yeah.
He could have
Morrison.
He could have beat Morrison. He could even beat somebody like fucking Drew Gulak. Like, they could have done something different. They could have done something different.
Matches.
Like, you feel me? Like, I'm pretty sure they've already wrestled before they were both in WWE. I feel like Punishment Martinez, Drew Gulak happened somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But of course,
Punishment Martinez was a fucking man, bruh.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they could have done something.
Puerto Rican Undertaker.
Right.
That's what time it is.
Like when Bro said, "There's some on edge."
Yo, price of a brick going up.
That was flames.
He said the Puerto Rican Undertaker is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Great. Who's next for Roman?
Nigga, Big E. Nigga, who else is next?
Yeah.
Like, I want you to think of who else could it be on the SmackDown roster. If we already see him violate Kevin Owens, nigga, that was the only other. Like, who else, nigga? Montez Ford.
Listen,
I just don't think
you about to start breaking up tag teams now, nigga. There's nobody over there at SmackDown. That's why he's keeping Daniel Bryan by himself.
Possibility, right? This is here because this is bullshit WWE logic right now, not fan logic like us. Bullshit corporate logic. I definitely see these motherfuckers going to Brock and being like, "Yo, how many duffel bags do we need to throw at you for you to come back for one more feud?" I don't want to see that. But from WWE logic standpoint, I could see them even toying with that idea.
I let them fight Seth before I do that shit.
They'll probably coast off of the remainder of this Daniel Bryan, Roman, Edge thing for like probably the next 2 months, and then they'll try to figure out math. And then they'll try to figure out something else. But they're definitely gonna coast off of this shit for a while.
Because what else can you do? Like he can fight Edge by himself, or he can fight Daniel Bryan. Because Edge and Daniel Bryan are probably gonna fight each other in a minute.
Yeah, that'll probably be. You'll probably have Roman versus Daniel Bryan by himself, then Roman versus Edge by himself, or vice versa, whichever way they decide to run it, and then you'll probably have maybe Daniel Bryan versus Edge at SummerSlam or some shit like that.
Nah, this nigga, you gotta look at nigga Karrion Kross gotta come up, nigga, to fight that nigga Roman blood. He might be the only one, or Keith Lee.
Okay. So question on NXT this week, Roddy Ricch turned in his walking papers and said, "Yo, I'm up out of here. What's next for Roderick Strong? Does he show up on SmackDown? Does he show up on Raw? Because he's going nowhere. He ain't going back to the trailer park. He ain't doing that.
He an undisputed era nigga for life, nigga. He ain't going. He Devontae and Jodeci, nigga. He still got all his outfit. Yeah, nigga.
That nigga Bobby Fish gonna come back to NXT. Fish gonna come back to
Otis, nigga.
That nigga Bobby come back to NXT and be like Will on the last episode of Fresh Prince. He gonna be like, "Yo, ain't nobody here. This is an empty ass house."
Yo, what happened to the gang? What happened to the gang?
First of all, that is not the drop that
Yo, that's the best drop.
That's
first of all, that's anti-black.
That's an amazing drop, but however, the caption.
That's anti-black to even ask that question with your white skin.
Caption doesn't match the drop.
Yo, that's my bad. I made the caption. I added the audio on there, and I couldn't. I didn't know how to edit.
I was like, yo, this would be.
I didn't know how to edit. I didn't know how to edit the name anymore, so it just stayed on there like that. My bad.
I gotta that was the first one I put on there. Actually, now I know how to do it though.
Yo, it took me a second. I was like, yo,
this nigga took the kufi off, and I hear a renegade woke nigga.
All right, Jizzy, I gotta ask you this: how do I put this? What comes to your mind when you see this picture?
All right, let me see.
Damn, man.
All right, I'm gonna start off by saying I knew David Otunga from when he was on the I Love New York show.
Of course, yeah.
He was Punk.
All right. His nickname was Punk. Yeah, I remember him.
He was Punk before he was
I'm gonna say this. I feel like he's one of those dudes where he wakes up and he has a new idea every day, and instead of waiting around for others to do shit with him, he just goes out and does it. He's like, you know what? I feel like being a wrestler today. Let me go do that shit. And then he goes, and then he's like, wow, that was mad fun. But you know what? I want to go back to Harvard and get a degree. Fuck around, went to Harvard, got fucking 2 degrees. He's like, yo, you know what else I'm feeling like today? I'm feeling like fucking a Grammy-nominated artist. Boom, gets with Jennifer Hudson. And then after all shit said and done, he's like, you know what? Right now, I'm feeling, you know, in my elder years, I'm feeling wise. I'm just gonna settle down and get a nice, cozy analyst job. Like, this dude is the epitome of if you want it, get it. Like,
does he really work for their legal team, or is that just just kayfabe?
That nigga walked onto the I Love New York show, nigga, a lawyer, nigga.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, he was a lawyer already. Like, so
already.
Like, I already know he's a lawyer. I already know he's a lawyer. I'm just saying, like, yo,
a lawyer, nigga. That's how I was able to get out of that Jennifer Hudson situation. She was like, I don't want to get married. He's like, wait, sure, you're gonna pay me alimony then.
Yo, nigga, and I'm gonna represent myself.
Hey, bro,
I remember that
was
shit.
The first
like,
win for the City Boys, nigga. When the City Boys, nigga,
like, yo, she was like, yo, I'm gonna take the kid and I'm gonna get full custody. And he was like, yo, I don't know if you know who the fuck I am. Like, I have like degrees and shit. Like, you can't run this shit on me.
David Otunga, we on your side,
cheated.
man.
Yeah, you cheated.
You get up, you go out there, and you do your
I remember this nigga did an interview. This nigga did an interview in WWE Kids Magazine. Nigga was like, yo, when you gonna marry Jennifer Hudson? I was like, yo, this is a kids magazine. They asking hella personal questions. But this nigga was like, yo, we gonna get married one day or whatever. This nigga been pushing for the wedding. And she out here fucking a gospel music producer.
Yeah, make it look like it was on him, nigga.
Yeah, Jennifer Hudson.
Steady boy with it.
When my nigga officially Ice Cuz, when he says women are trash, he's talking about Jennifer Hudson for sure.
Hey man,
I still like Dream.
I've never seen nobody get so famous off of singing other people's songs. Like what? What? What do you do?
Yo, are you seeing Dreamgirls, nigga?
Yeah, nigga. Great, nigga. How many songs do she got that's hers?
And again, like, yo,
she's in that movie because she can sing.
I just can always come back to Jamie Foxx, because Jamie Foxx killed that shit.
I mean, listen.
But she was literally on her way to winning fucking American Idol if it wasn't for a couple power outages and a small town, nigga. Like, she was about to win that shit, nigga. She was about to, like, we're not gonna act like she can't sing, nigga. She was just gonna win American Idol.
Who's acting like she can't sing?
I'm just saying. But she had that one song. She had that one song, and then she was doing that one thing, but she's still a cheater though. So I don't care.
Big facts.
I mean, listen, that he out here winning, and who knows? Maybe tomorrow he's gonna wake up like, yo, you know what? I feel like running for president. Who fucking knows? 2024, he might be running for president.
Speaking of running for president, The Rock has like a 46% approval rating or something like that.
That's what this young Rock shit's gonna end with. It's gonna end with like he's running for president. That shit's gonna be the series finale. Is gonna be him like, yo, I'm really running for president.
I gotta say this, and shout out to all the viewers, and I'm sorry if this hurts your feelings, but I'm over The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. I'm over it, and let me explain why before y'all jump down my fucking throat. He has no reason to keep working. I'm saying this, he has literally no reason. Okay, I wake up every day and I go to work because guess what? I gotta pay the bills, and I don't got the kind of money. I don't got fuck you money. He has fuck you, suck me money. He doesn't need to keep putting out shitty mid-ass summer movies. He does not need to be saving the planet. He doesn't need to be a paramedic. He doesn't need it, and he doesn't even need this Young Rock show. I don't know what The Rock did in his life that a network executive said, "Yeah, you deserve a TV show." And yes. His time in wrestling was great, okay, because he was an amazing shit talker. But let's be fucking honest, The Rock was mid as shit in the ring. The only reason why that shit was hot back then was because this was a point in time where people were like, yo, what is wrestling? Like, wrestling, this seems kind of crazy, but okay. Like, wrestling during the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era, whatever, wrestling like during that time, it fed off of the personalities. But the wrestling, the in-ring ability was fucking trash. So when you have someone who rises above the pack because of his in-ring, his in-ring mic skills, plus his family connection, because let's be honest, if his mom was not adopted into a Polynesian family, we would not have no Dwayne Johnson. That motherfucker would be flipping span tacos in Hawaii, okay? So,
come on, man. He came from humble beginnings. He had $7 in his pocket.
Nigga would be the assistant coach at University of Miami.
I got $7 in my pocket.
Same story that my immigrant parents be telling me. Oh, GC, I came from the Dominican Republic with only $2, and I'm here. And I'm like, okay, and you're doing somewhat decent for yourself. The Rock is doing phenomenal.
Niggas is wildin'.
I don't give a fuck if I'm wildin', because y'all know I'm right. Okay, y'all know I'm right.
I'm with you. Fuck it. I don't care. Let's do it.
Okay, he doesn't need the paycheck. His daughters don't need the paycheck. His granddaughters, his great-great-granddaughters don't need it. He could just be chilling at home, sipping his mid tequila, because I had it, and people were like, oh my God, The Rock's tequila. Bro, it's not his cum. It's just random tequila manufactured by another company, and he put his name on it, okay? Y'all swear. Yeah, y'all suck The Rock dry. Like, mid people excel in this world, and people just eat that shit up. And that's how I feel about The Rock.
I kind of like, yo, the magic kind of faded away from me when he had that match when he went up against CM Punk and they had to like compare promo styles.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
The Rock was throwing out kind of like his classic, Attitude Era, like high school insults, and CM Punk was literally cutting his throat every week.
He told like, that nigga, your arms is too short to box with God.
When he dropped the Nas line, I was crying. I was like, yo, CM Punk listens. That was the first thing I turned to my brother. We were watching it. I said, CM Punk listens to Nas? What the fuck?
Hey,
I don't think he listens to Nas. I think he went on Google and looked up popular Black artist quotes, and he stumbled upon a Nas lyric, and then that's what he said.
No, that nigga CM Punk was out there fucking eviscerating The Rock, nigga. He thought he was gonna get him.
Yo,
he thought he was gonna play them. He thought he was gonna play them John Cena games with you. He said, "No, I ain't playing these John Cena games with you. You must not been here in a while."
even John Cena was firing some accurate promos, but all the John Cena shit that he said in those promos, now it means nothing because he did exactly what The Rock did and what he said that he wasn't going to do. So those promos mean nothing. The shit with CM Punk, that shit had that shit was like chilling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that
I have a theory on CM Punk, actually, if y'all want to hear it. I know I'm probably gonna piss off all the CM Punk heads.
I'm a CM Punk fan.
All right, well,
you be doing stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
The only reason why the only reason why CM Punk went as so hard as he did during his promos is because deep down in his white devil soul, he wanted what John Cena and The Rock and Brock and all these other motherfuckers have. He wanted it for himself. And he was CM Punk is the epitome.
He said that in so many words.
He said it in multiple interviews and shit.
He said that
He's never said it
like for 2 hours. He said that for like 3 hours on Coco Band's podcast.
He's never said it directly, but if you can put it together, like nigga, you want that spot.
And the crazy thing is that he like contradicted himself so much because he's like, oh, I'm not like everybody else. Like I work hard. And I'm like, bro, why are you bootlicking for WWE? Like, do you hear yourself? You are mad because you happen to be the one person that Vince didn't look at. And instead of you building yourself in your own reign, you build your entire personality off of tearing everybody down. So then when somebody calls you a hater, you be like, oh, no, I'm not a hater. It's just I deserve it. And it's like, yo, you are literally the epitome of a hater.
No, you might deserve it, but that isn't. You don't get everything that you deserve, though. That's
what
the
I'm
thing.
And the thing is that it continues because he has a fan base of people who feel exactly like he does, where they're like, oh, well, I do everything right, man. I deserve that promotion. I deserve that car. And it's like, bro.
He made so many people hate The Miz and Roman Reigns.
Yo.
Bro, and the thing is, he got everything. He got everything as soon as he stepped in there. Like when he got in 2006, nigga, he was the ECW champ. Just not when he wanted it to be. And then he got to be in the first ECW dude in Wrestlemania in 2007, but he didn't win the Money in the Bank. Then he won the Money in the Bank. Then he got to win it again, nigga. And then he got, and then 2 years later, nigga, he was dropping the pipe bomb. Nigga, like, oh, let me do what I want. Nigga, like, what?
Yeah, like, bro, I'm gonna say this right now. CM Punk versus a school shooter. Tell me the difference.
Wow!
Tell me the difference.
Go ahead and mic drop because like you just nobody said anything.
I don't think the school shooter doing the Wakanda thing that he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's definitely not straight edge.
Thinking back to
the Wakanda thing, huh? He was
thinking back to like certain parts, like you see guys like around him around that time that actually got no title matches that like Kofi Kingston, who should have been dropping the pipe bomb promo. Kofi Kingston should have dropped the pipe bomb promo.
Yeah, maybe it's just me, but I don't like rewarding mediocre white men. And that's how I live my life. And CM Punk is the epitome of a mediocre white man. We all want to tear down the establishment. We all want to be that person who be like, nah, I'm going to be different. I'm going to make things work fairly for everybody.
Can you give me a white man in the wrestling industry that is like an above average white man?
An above average white man.
I'm just trying to, for comparison's sake.
Damn. Let me get back to you.
I'd say Chris Jericho before he lost his damn arm.
Fuck no. All right. People do, and wrestling fans, because majority are men, right?
Facts.
Most of the wrestling fans, the way that they be dick sucking some of these people, and then they become disappointed when they show their ass or show feet online, is funny because women wrestling fans and people of color wrestling fans have been telling y'all, yo, don't fuck with Chris Jericho like that for years. And they're like, now you're just jealous because of AEW, blah, blah. and then his ass was in racial chat rooms showing feet, and now people are like,
chat room showing feet.
now people are like, oh, now they're hip to it. Listen, an above average white man. I'm not even gonna say above average. I'm gonna say average, and I'm gonna say The Miz. Why? Because The Miz was a cornball when he came up, right? And he knew he was a cornball. He was a bit of an asshole. You know, he was
still a cornball, but he's
off of that MVP fame, right?
Yeah.
But I give The Miz so much respect because no matter how much shit he had to eat, he still came on top. And like that's like,
nigga, hold on.
Nigga throwing the locker room for eating chicken.
Right. And he got hazed and all that shit by JBL, right? The Miz is a more decorated superstar than JBL.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And like,
you're an acolyte, nigga. That nigga was an acolyte, nigga.
I had a 246-day reign as your SmackDown champion.
I
am a wrestling god.
All that shit was he was still transitional champion.
Hey, you got carried.
Think about it. The Miz gave that prestige back to the IC title. The Miz really actually worked and improved himself. Listen, he's still kind of in the ring, but he's mid, and he knows that he's mid, and he improves on his mid-level cardness. Okay?
You used to be like lower level mid, but now you like
that 2016. That 2016 between him and Dolph, they were like literally main eventing pay-per-views off that shit. That shit was like top level shit.
That was, I think that was when they had the feud where Dolph was like, "I'm gonna put up my career if I don't win the title."
Yeah. He was bringing these amazing promos. He was bringing bringing this other level out of Dolph Ziggler, bro.
Right. I wanted him to beat Dolph Ziggler so bad, bro.
And then,
damn, really? Dolph Ziggler cut the promo. Dolph was like, "Yo," he had he had tears in his eyes. He was like, "Yo, I love wrestling, but sometimes the things you love the most don't love you back." Like that was like, I love that shit.
And when he was on,
it
was either Raw Talk or Tucky Smack. It was one of those.
The Daniel Bryan joint.
He came after Daniel Bryan. Yeah, like that's somebody that, every wrestling fan would be like, "Oh, he's trash," but I'm like, "Yo," but you have to admire the grit because he is more relatable. Like he is more relatable to me, than someone like fucking Chris Jericho, who, listen, let's be honest, it's time for him to hang it up. All right,
baby.
Okay, it's time for MAGA spreader to hang it up.
You don't like his pure abandoned elbow?
Or when he went to do the lion sort, he almost broke his fucking neck, and then came out there and did a half-ass job the next week, and was like, "Yo, still got it."
Bro, that elbow, that elbow, you know it's coming. Like I know you're gonna throw that elbow. I'm literally me standing there waiting for the elbow is kayfabe for real. Like, that's kayfabe, nigga. I'm literally sitting here waiting for this elbow.
I'm gonna just say, listen, you can't. You kind of just to answer some part of your question is, you can't really idolize wrestlers. You can't idolize a lot of them because everyone is chasing after that fucking level of The Rock, of Triple H, of Batista, as far as money is concerned, Brock, whatever. And the thing is that there's people who are willing to do anything and everything to get that. Does that necessarily mean that they deserve it or that they give us quality content to get there? No. It just means that they know how to play corporate politics. So just to go back on my little CM Punk rant, and I'm going to give y'all your show back. I'm sorry for taking over, but
no.
I want wrestling fans, all the wrestling fans who are watching this live, I need you to ask yourself this question. Think about your favorite wrestler in the moment, not just WWE, but in any production. Think about your favorite wrestler right now. Think about why they're your favorite wrestler, and then ask yourself, Are they actually truly the best wrestler? Do you like them because you want to secretly fuck them? Do you like them because they're attractive? Or do you like them because they actually have skills in the ring, outside the ring, on the mic, etc.? And also ask yourself, are you willing to separate the art from the artist? Because oftentimes what's been happening now is that you have a favorite wrestler that you want to go hard for, and then some shit comes out that they're a fucking child pedo or they're sexual, they're a fucking sexual deviant or a rapist or whatever.
Man,
And then
you know how disappointed we all were in Velveteen Dream, bro.
That shit broke my fucking heart, man. Like, I told niggas who didn't even watch wrestling, I was like, yo, pay attention to this guy. This guy's gonna be the top star. I loved him when he was in Tough Enough. I was like, yo, this man was talking wrestling to everybody. He wanted to actually do it. He knew the business and everything. And then he got cut. And then he came back and I was like, yo, this man is amazing. And then you find out that he likes little boys.
Okay.
Let me find out Bruiserweight.
For sure preaching.
Because I said something on one of our old episodes, and a lot of people came for our next, and I still stand by it. Okay. And if you want me to repeat it here, I will gladly will, but I don't want you to,
Yeah, say that shit, nigga. We ain't scared of them niggas. Hey, whoever got a problem with what you about to say right now, go ahead at me, nigga, and I'll talk that shit, nigga.
So let's do a quick recap, right?
Them crackers.
He was accused of being a quote unquote pedophile, right? It was 3 people who came out. One of them happens to be an indie wrestler who is kind of thriving right now since the allegation came out during the Speaking Out movement. Now, it then came out that Velveteen was 19 years old at the time that he was speaking to said young men. Now, let's all put ourselves back. I don't know how old you guys are, but put yourselves back at 19 years old, right? And put yourselves back in high school. You talking to somebody that's 3 years older than you was low-key seen as a flex. It was seen like, oh shit, like, oh, you're dating somebody older. That's cool. I know when I was 16 years old, I was low-key trying to hook up with the dudes from the local community college. All right. Now, I think the reason why people continue to go so hard against Velveteen with these allegations is because of their internalized homophobia. Because had it been Velveteen was messing around with preteen girls or teenage girls, yes, they would have egged on him, but it wouldn't have been as hard as because he's supposedly dealing with boys. Another thing too is race, because I think people forgot that Austin Theory was accused of talking to a 13-year-old. Okay.
Loophole.
Okay.
Like,
Austin Theory was a whole 21-year-old talking to a 13-year-old. Yet this motherfucker is having the time of his life. Okay. But Velveteen, a young black man who was talking to somebody who, mind you, these fucking texts and screenshots didn't even show anything remotely sexual. But they see, oh, young black man talking to boys who are 3 years younger than him. Oh, that's weird. And then people were like, oh, he's a creep for using the law. Bro, the law is there for a reason. And in Florida, Romeo and Juliet laws tell you you can mess with somebody 4 years younger than you. And is it creepy? Yes, it is creepy. Is it legal? Still is. 2 things can exist at the same fucking time. So for y'all who are watching this, I still love Velveteen. I know that hurts to hear because, oh, well, he's a pedophile. Technically, a pedophile is somebody who fucks kids under 14. If we really want to be technical with it, that's 1. 2, a 16-year-old and a 19-year-old is not far-fetched.
That's definitely not far-fetched. It's just disappointing that it happened.
It's disappointing
in a situation where,
but in the Austin Theory
that was used, right? Like, it's disappointing that that's the reason why we don't see him anymore, because you got people who did far worse shit who are excelling right now, and that's the problem I have.
He is the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion.
There's people who have done far worse shit and continue to do far worse shit. And what I hate about the wrestling community is that people pick and choose who deserves a second chance and who doesn't.
And that's not right. Yeah.
And it's not right.
I hate them all.
It's definitely homophobia, and I want a lot of people who be like, "Oh, fuck Velveteen." I'm like, okay, why? Tell me why? Because I know I was 16 years old and I was dating an 18-year-old, and I know a lot of motherfuckers out here were dating people who were older than them. I know a lot of older motherfuckers now who be subbing to girls OnlyFans where they're 18 or 19 years old. Motherfuckers are 40s and 50s. So I don't want to hear no fucking pedophilia shit. I don't want to hear that.
It's just like the Lil Nas X shit. Like, people only want to jump on the bandwagon because it had something to do with homophobia and shit like that. People will gladly jump on it in disguise, like, oh, you know, I'm a Christian, or yo, I don't want my kids seeing this or whatever, and disguise that shit and wrap it up as homophobia to get their homophobic like beliefs off and shit like that.
Yeah, man. The law is the law. Like she said, hey, look, she said the law is the law, and it technically is.
Bro, listen,
for real. You fucking like, I for sure try to mess
with it. Yeah. Okay, Romeo Juliet laws are specifically put in place. It changes per state, but I can speak for New York State, right? Someone who is, if a 13-year-old is accused of having a sexual relationship with someone who is 3 to 4 years older than them, technically they don't need to go on the registry, right? As long as it was consensual between both of them. Vice versa, though, is depending on when your birthday lands. That's in New York. I can't speak for other states, but like, let's say that you're you have a late birthday where you're closer to 18 than you are to 17, then yes, you can get in trouble for that. But if you're closer to the younger age, you can't get in trouble. And I think that's what happened in the Velveteen case. It's like, listen, technically he had just turned 19, so it wasn't. And
one of those gray area situations where they're like, we can't technically punish you,
right?
But we can't all the way use you right now, just because. You're still a creep. You're still a creep. But you gotta let a little bit of that stench wear off.
Right, like it's still.
He's gonna be wearing the mark of Cain for the rest of his career.
Yeah, and the thing too, it's hard to say this because I know that as a woman, people expect you to always feel sympathetic for something, but I'm like, yo, I can't, because the facts are there. Like, I can't ignore facts just because the court of public opinion says to hate him, like, it's different if he was 23 years old fucking with a 16-year-old. Obviously, I would have a big problem with it, but he wasn't. And it's kind of hilarious to see that because a lot of wrestling Twitter is mad young, and these motherfuckers be saying some wild shit about older wrestlers. I'm like, so you talking all this hot spicy shit, talking about you want to throat so-and-so, and then when so-and-so actually be like, oh, what's good? All of a sudden,
oh no.
Like, oh,
that's
no. Now, obviously, the responsibility lies on the older person to know, hey, no, don't do that shit. Don't fall for that. But that's the thing, is that a lot of people in wrestling are not responsible.
At all.
And they also don't be getting held responsible for their actions. Henceforth, Hulk Hogan co-hosting WrestleMania. Henceforth, Austin Theory running around with these fucking goons. Henceforth, all these other motherfuckers who stay having chances. And then you guys
is the IWGP champ.
Right. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? They just let niggas go off. You know what I mean?
Titles.
What's his name? The dude who used to do the dick flip and shit. What's his name? Joey something.
Joey Ryan.
Joey Ryan's bum ass.
All of them niggas.
He tried to come back not too long ago. Like,
all of them
niggas. Thought we wasn't gonna see it. Thought niggas wasn't gonna see it. Like bro,
nigga, you right there on the flyer, nigga.
No, after that shit.
Like, what are you in?
After all that shit dropped, and this is exactly what I'm saying, people be using God as a cover up. After that shit happened, he suddenly became like Bible thumping, Bible belt Christian, posted scriptures every day. I'm like, yo, you weren't doing this shit when you were getting women to grab your dick and you were doing the dick flip and you're pulling the fucking lollipop out of your fucking shit. Like, this nigga was hiding in plain sight.
That was nasty.
So yeah,
Joey fucking Ryan in the loopholes.
Rest in
peace,
man.
With that said,
he a pack.
Yeah, that nigga's a pack. Roll that nigga up, put him in the backwood. Nobody hearing my shit, man. Let's get crazy. Man, but Jizzy, I appreciate you for joining us. This has been an amazing conversation. This has been fucking hilarious. You are a fucking riot. Like, I listen to y'all's show and I be hearing y'all going crazy and shit like that, but actually like having the back and forth dialogue and having to like deal with that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, how am I gonna navigate this conversation right quick? Like,
I think that's it's the I don't know if it's like the New York pace where we speak like a mile a minute, because like you hear us, like, we literally jump from point A to point fucking double Z to go back to point A to then point, like it's like a ping pong match.
Yeah, y'all whole shit is like, I say that to say this.
Yeah.
You know, like,
oh, okay. Yeah, see, I fuck you ain't shit. All right. You know what I'm saying?
That is us all. That's us all day long.
No, that's a fact.
Thank you for having me.
Yo, we be talking about Lion King 2 and shit, and Graham be like, yo, y'all niggas need to shut the fuck up.
We talked about Powerline. We talked about Powerline.
Like 15 minutes.
For like 15 minutes. And he didn't recognize that was fucking Tevin Campbell. And then he was like, that is Tevin Campbell. I know that. We got to talk about this right now.
We do have to give Tevin Campbell a moment and give him his flowers. Yes, indeed. But Jizzy, I want to give you the floor real quick. Why don't you go ahead and for any of our listeners or any of our people that are watching now live or on the replay, tell them where they can reach you and you and Gina, and where they can hear y'all on the Dead Ass Girls podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are super active on Twitter, which is at Deadassgirls. If you want to read tweets about porn and wrestling exclusively, or when we roast people, because we always roast some people. Our podcast is available anywhere you listen to podcasts. It will be up shortly. We also actually wrote in a book. I have to plug our book, which is Women Love Wrestling. So it's a collection of stories of indie wrestlers, wrestle journalists, and us, so we talk about wrestling in that book. We also tend to kind of just write articles at times and all that show. So we're all in that hemisphere. And if you guys are interested in a new sex toy, we do have an Adam and Eve sponsorship. Okay.
So shit, that's hard.
Rah, rah, rah.
That's hard.
Get it. Hey, support everything that she does.
Yes.
Thank you. And listen, we are just out here in the wrestling hemisphere, just putting out our thoughts and our, take everything with a grain of salt. All right. We're not out here to purposely offend. It's just how we feel. All right.
$1 million a pyro. Pow, pow, pow.
I appreciate you, man. Well, Jizzy, thank you once again for joining us. We appreciate you. Well, I'd love to have you on again soon. You know what I'm saying? That'd be great. Maybe we can get Gina on one day to come fuck with us as well. You know what I'm saying? But
absolutely.
Everything within time. You know what I mean? But shout out to y'all. We appreciate y'all. Y'all keep doing y'all motherfucking thing, man.
Thanks, guys. And thank you, chat. All right. Be nice to each other. Wash your hands and wash your ass. Wear a mask.
Yeah. I love that. All right. You be smooth.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Listen to her.
That was fucking hilarious.
It's fucking funny. Hey, man. Every time the NY just takes over, it's just like, you know what? All right. See, that's why when we got to go over there and kick over their buildings, we got to say outlandish shit, like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're going to beat
Jizzy,
the
my boy Hansi in the chat said you were awesome. And that she was. Shout out to the Dead Ass Girls podcast. They go crazy, man. Make sure y'all check them out and stay tapped into what they doing over there, man. You feel me? So, let's talk about some other shit.
No.
AEW and NXT had this week they didn't have to go head to head. Each of their shows this week were, I don't know, like
Mid.
kind of mid. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I think AEW had the better show this week. But
I like segments and stuff and better, but I would put them on even playing fields.
Yo,
Like,
did this nigga older buck have chandelier?
You know what? Wait a second. He for sure did. This nigga
had that shit.
Nigga
think he Rihanna.
You think he royced the 5'9" Rihanna? Rihanna for sure had the shit drizzled from her shit. Blood, these niggas, bro. What's wrong with these niggas? They said that they was gonna debut. They said that they was gonna debut.
Ryan Montgomery talking out loud. Like those are the do-rag. You tough dog. Wow.
That's hella funny, man. This picture of the Young Bucks super kicking Ray Phoenix. They took on Nick Jackson pulled off his mask. Yeah. And then they did the double super kick.
Shit, nigga.
And there you go. They pulled off the victory, defending the AEW tag titles in the debut, and not the debut match, but the first match on the show.
Bro, this nigga just said
30 fucking minutes.
He said, "Did you see that
earlier?" He said, "What I did earlier?"
Nigga pointed at the camera. Nigga pointed at the camera and said, "Did y'all see that? Y'all see that? Did y'all see that?" I said, "This nigga said, hey, he's sick of being the other buck. He's sick of being the other buck." He said, "No,
man.
We're
I'm the Jeff Hardy of this group, nigga.
Yeah, nigga, I'm the asshole, nigga. Of this group, we're bad guys."
They said that they was gonna come up with a new on BTE earlier this week. Kenny Omega told him something's got to change. He ain't like they tassels and the rainbow colors and all that shit. So they came out like silver and white.
Get that shit out of here, nigga. I know my fits are trash, but we can't all have trash fits, man.
Well, they got some fake Dior ones apparently, according to Twitter.
Nigga stamped that and wrote that on the bottom of his shoe like Andy, nigga. That's what that shit look like.
These new niggas, this they new move.
Hey,
they got the J's on now. That's what they that's what they that's the heel
had
move.
this shit's creased. I was crying,
I looked
bro.
at the shoes, nigga. I said, "Is this them Dior?" I said, "Hold on."
Is that them Dior's or is that them Christian Dior doors? You feel me?
Are those 3 doors down, nigga? Those 3 doors down, blood. You got some sticks ring, nigga. I know some sticks ring when I see it.
Is that their idea of being heel? Is that their idea of, this is gonna get us
Jordans, nigga?
Nah, we crease these Jordans. We crease these Jordans for heat.
Look like Frankie Monet Bucks, nigga. The young Monet Bucks, nigga, with fur around their shit.
These niggas, the Usher Bucks, nigga.
I honestly don't think they know that much about like sneaker culture to know that shit is like nasty work. I don't really think they know that. I really think that's just some shit they did by accident because they do that shit in Converse shoes all the time. They think it's okay.
Yeah.
No, those niggas be trying to wear they be trying to show up their little Jordans on BTEs. So I don't think I want to do that to him, but I don't think that nigga got some Dior. He got some Dior's on an episode, but I don't think them was the ones that he was wrestling in, nigga. I don't think those were the ones, like the ones he got on the show, like when he got on the show, like I watched it, like those were the ones. But the ones he was wrestling tonight, like, I ain't wrestling no Dior ones, but them $1,500 shoes, nigga.
I'm saying, bro, they the Usher Bucks, nigga. Usher throwing out fake ones in the club, nigga. They got on fake Dior's, you feel me? The Usher Bucks, nigga. Shout out to the Usher Bucks.
Usher too, like, Young Bucks be like, man, he stole my whole fucking flow.
Right.
Word, bar for bar.
Hey, they for sure the little cannons with all the little fake little $100 Young Buck dollars and shit. Nah,
Usher in his next video, like, nigga sideways, like, nigga, you see me like moonwalking sideways, nigga doing that, nigga. Like he just splits into a fucking nigga.
That nigga gonna be like, moving mountains.
A Negro robot. A Negrobot. This what your ass is.
What the fuck is that?
Yo, I've been rolling off that shit for like a week. I found that shit like on the TL like last week. I was like, yo, it's gonna be my go-to.
Gotta get it. Gotta have it. It's like what's that shit? Cold Stone sizes. Love it, like it, gotta have it. Needed that drop for sure.
I got a fucking headache.
He said a Negro bot. That's what you is. A
Oh no,
Negro
robot.
and a robot, nigga. A Negro
Yo.
bot. That's hella funny, man. Also, elsewhere on Dynamite, I guess Chris Jericho is now claiming that Mike Tyson is a member of the Inner Circle.
Shit, nigga. He said, I ain't remember a goddamn thing.
No title changes on AEW. Darby Allin defended against the other Hardy, Matt Hardy, and I'm
Jay
trying to think
Cargill.
of Jay Cargill, Red Velvet.
Red Velvet.
That was a good match.
My lord.
Jay Cargill, Red Velvet.
Jay
Red Velvet is
Jay Cargill is the number one antagonist for any protagonist, women's fighter and women's wrestler in AEW. She's the perfect antagonist for any of them, nigga. Because I'm stronger. I'm that bitch. Like I'm stronger. I'm prettier than you, and I'm more athletic than you. So
and she's picking it up at an amazing rate too.
Like her match tonight was way better than the match that she had when her part that she did with Shaq.
She gonna be Perk Cargill in a minute.
Hey man, she's gonna keep getting better and shit. Like she taking stem cells or something.
And Red Velvet can carry a fucking match. Like when she led into that shit, when she had Jade in the corner, she was going with those punches. That shit looked 100 times better than any shit I've seen Shane McMahon do. That nigga be missing niggas' face by like this much and shit like that. You can see that shit. You see that shit like
she's a boxer. Like I actually got out there, nigga. Like this nigga Shane be out there playing MMA, nigga, training with the other Gracie. Like thinking you can do something, nigga. Like I be doing my hands with Gracie. Like I want to be doing my hands with Gracie too, dog. Like you might want to go somewhere else to do that, nigga. You jiu-jitsu, I understand. But
a couple of these comments here. First of all, Hansi says, "Do you guys think Mox and Kingston will challenge for the tag titles at Double or Nothing?" I could see that. I could definitely see that. The overbooking in the main event was too much. AEW has to take care of random. So that's the thing. Yes, indeed, you're right.
WCW over there, bro.
Yeah. The thing is with AEW, and shout out to Sean Robert, he's 100% right. Phoenix is
of course, always.
The thing with AEW is like,
but
they
QT Marshall is terrible. That's the thing with AEW. Why is it? You see that bowling shirt that he has on?
And it's crazy with
bro, why do you have so many fucking factions, bro?
The bowling shirt is hilarious.
Is
this
your leader of your faction?
Nigga, the bowling shirt, like, who do you think you are? I am.
AEW got like 20, 30 fucking factions. Every time this shit's like the fucking Warriors, bruh.
Every time
I walk to a new region and I meet a fucking new gang, bruh.
When they have those brawls where it's like, oh, the Inner Circle is brawling with the Pinnacle, there's always like a random person that has nothing to do with this that's out there in the brawl. It's like Inner Circle and Pinnacle. Yeah, you feel me? And then it's like, oh, Lance Archer's here. Oh, wait a second. Chris Statlander's popping up, and she has a problem with Jade Cargill and Red Velvet. It's like, wait, why is everything is just so jumbled and mixed together? I'm like, why does everybody have a problem with each other?
Fuck that shit in the main event when Sting and fucking what's the name of that nigga? You just said his fucking name.
Murderhawk, nigga.
Yeah, Murderhawk was out there, and they were just beating up Private Party for like no fucking reason. Like, yo, I'm stronger than you, nigga. I could beat up Private Party too. Like, I hated that shit.
Look, AEW, Tony Khan, you want me to believe that old ass Sting could just corral two young black kings like Private Party? Just get them both in this little Scorpion Death Drop, nigga, without getting fucking turbo stomp, nigga, and then thunder flipped on, nigga.
The lies. There you go. The lies.
I'm just saying, like, what the fuck are we talking about here? It's like the logic. I don't know. I don't know. That shit's crazy. Santos Escobar lost the Cruiserweight title, of course, as we mentioned earlier. Karrion Kross has no title contender. What do y'all think is next for him? Like, who's gonna step up? Like, Kyle O'Reilly's back next week, but he just had he already had 2 shots against Finn Balor, but
Did you
They
see
let
him
fans
and
back
Adam
in the
just yelling at
building.
each other?
That shit was hilarious, man.
That was Adam Cole. Adam Cole.
They
Adam
rolled to the
Cole.
back. Adam Cole's like,
haven't
yo,
seen
nigga.
him all night,
And
nigga.
on the gurney beside him, it's like, yo, nigga, you know you ain't shit, right, nigga?
You ain't shit.
Nigga, I fucking hate you, nigga.
He's like, just wait till we get out of here.
I'm gonna beat your ass again, nigga.
I'm gonna finish the job. I fucking hate you.
Yo,
Kyle O'Reilly
you
just sitting
remember-
there
yo,
like, give me the fuck
it's
away
like-
from this nigga.
it's like that Looney Tunes cartoon when Tweebird and Sylvester and the dog are all in the hospital together, just talking shit to each other the whole time.
Bro, that was if Graham has seen Rocky, you know what I'm saying? That's literally the start of Rocky.
Yo, that ass
Oh.
they going to the hospital. Apollo Creed is like, man,
Bro,
yo,
Apollo
man, you
Creed
ain't
talking
shit.
all
I
kinds
didn't
of
lose
shit.
this
You ain't
shit, man.
Exactly.
And then
He had
Rocky's
time with
just-
nobody. He was
Rocky's
literally
just trying to
talking
keep his eye. Rocky's just trying to keep his eye in his fucking
But
socket.
he got his ass. But he had black.
another week. Y'all try to tell me something
Bro.
dope about Rocky, and another week, I
Graham.
don't care.
Graham, he just black excellence all over this Italian nigga's face, blood. And then and the niggas think that he lost, but he still won though. But if Rocky don't care, then he's like, nigga, we gonna fight again. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. Wait till we get out of here. You was like, man, you said no rematch.
Yo,
He was like, you said no rematch.
I like it if
Rocky
it's
too.
Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole.
Rocky 2
Yeah.
is wrestling.
They gotta fight each other
bro.
10 more times. They gotta fight each other 10 more times.
Santos going
Kyle
up
O'Reilly
against
and
Cross would be Santos going up against Cross would be interesting. I mean, that would make sense to run that back since they did just have that little one off match like 2 months ago, whatever, in January. But well, not think it was it was St. Valentine's Day, whatever the fuck they did.
He gonna fight Killian Dane.
See, I don't know, man. You got Ciampa and Thatcher saying that they want in on the tag division.
Don't fuck with that nigga. Nigga, you just got your chest chopped off, nigga. When did your chest come back?
Nigga.
You just got your chest back, nigga. Your chest is back.
Got
This
that
nigga Thatcher's about to turn on you, blood. You know Walter's his partner, blood, but you know you're old that.
Well, they got to do.
Broke up for this.
I know, right? Well, Sanity was cool, but Sanity was never going to be here very long.
Yeah.
It was never going to be, you know what I'm saying? You see what's happening to Bray Wyatt right now, nigga. What do you think? Fucking nigga, Bray Wyatt, nigga, I got fucking like Hall of Fame pedigree in my blood, nigga, and this how you niggas is treating me.
You know who my daddy is, nigga?
Nigga.
You think Eric Young is better than me?
Speaking
Nigga,
of
you know
which,
my
you know,
grandfather is, nigga?
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? A lot of people were singing praises of like all the workers and the workhorses. This nigga's technical prowess and mat wrestling and his skill. Where the fuck is Joe Hennig at? Michael McGillicuddy, Curtis Axel. That nigga got released last year, and I ain't seen him pop up nowhere. It's been over a year.
Yo,
I ain't seen a
let's
not
not
a
forget
match,
that.
not a promo, not a tweet, not a post, not a nothing. This nigga's a dad
That
now.
nigga has 3 wins over Triple H, 1 win over Cena, and another win over another like Hall of Fame level wrestler. Like they were pushing this guy to the moon. Like he had the what is the name of that nigga that used to be in Spirit Squad that got that push and he beat Ric Flair?
Oh, and then the Kenny?
No, Dykstra. Kenny Dykstra.
Yeah, he had the Kenny Dykstra like push. Like he was going places and sort of fell off and they realized like, yo, he wasn't that nigga.
But they had him, fucking Ted DiBiase Jr. and Cody, nigga, at the same time. And then
Ryback's a better name than the Dirty Dogs.
Ryback was top 4 best names ever.
Yo, JBL named them niggas on accident on SmackDown. He was like, yo, Ryback, Curtis Axel. And then Rybaxel, and then they came out the next week as Rybaxel. He was like, yo, I did that shit on accident.
Like, nigga, I wasn't saying, like, I wasn't serious. I was just fucking around.
I wasn't saying I was Jewish for real.
Let's see. Bray Wyatt, Alexa Bliss. Here's the theory. Alexa Bliss bringing in Bo Dallas under a new gimmick to go up against Bray as a part of this whole.
He controls him or something?
I have no idea.
Is he going to be Kane now?
I'm going to keep it a buck, nigga. Somebody got to come up with an idea because they don't have one.
Bray got to do something.
Like, they don't have an idea, clearly, right? That match
They're fighting over her.
Bray was apparently supposed to win. The match, the finish was changed.
I
don't know why.
Alexa pulled a Shawn Michaels?
Bray looked like a disappointed divorced father trying to sell his kid on his 1-bedroom apartment that he just moved into on Monday Night Raw. He was like, yo, man, like, I still got the house.
That's not it.
Like, yo, I don't want to live with you, Dad.
Not it
bro.
At all.
Bro, and they were trying to really build sympathy for this. You want me to build sympathy for a dude who literally just popped out of a devil worshiping Jack
A Jack in the Box like structure. A Jack in the Box like structure.
He said a box like apparatus. whatever the fuck Cole said, fucking goofy. This is why we fucking hate you, Michael Cole. He was like, I'm trying to save you from Twitter. You can shut up too, Graves, piece of shit, nigga. I don't want to hear your mouth either, nigga.
Yo.
So yeah, nigga, you want me to have sympathy for this nigga? Just because Alexa Bliss has some somebody called that nigga Super Saiyan Shango juice. Yes, had Papa Shango juice running out your fucking crown that you got.
That was funny.
Somebody said, yo, she looked like Hulk Hogan's worst nightmare.
Oh, no.
Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta relax.
Boy, he was like, R.
That's funny.
You know, like I said, I like my black people untitles with the R.
Do y'all care to get into the Austin and Jericho interview?
Man, them niggas said some shit. He said AEW a couple times. Niggas went crazy. They were just really talking about Jericho.
Yeah, they talked about.
That's basically
calm down.
That's basically what happened.
He told stories that I had heard before, like the shit with him being like, yo, when they put the belt on him the first time, and when they put the belt on him the second time, when nobody was backstage to greet him and shit like that. Like, he told some stories like we had heard, and then he talked about AEW for a little bit, and that was basically it. Like I think after like sort of the shock, like sort of ran out for me, like yo, when realized like yo, this is happening and everything like that, like less and less I wanted to see the interview.
It was an okay interview, but just like you said, like it was stories that we had already heard before. It was just in a different format with him being not under the WWE umbrella anymore, you know, with him saying, being able to wave the AEW flag and say, hey, this is a good opportunity for, you know, to get some eyeballs on our product. But they explicitly let it be known that it's all
you're right.
Yeah.
We don't care, bro.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
We're not thinking
Vince
about you.
does not care, bro.
This is the thing about this Wednesday Night War, bro. Like, nigga, we were showing NXT on the network on Wednesdays, nigga, way before you niggas would even thought of.
Exactly. Like, I remember, like, when this shit dropped, niggas was like, yo, I can't believe WWE would set NXT up on Wednesday night to compete with AEW. I'm like, that's not the case. Bro. I'm like, we've been on Wednesday nights forever, bro.
Niggas been watching. Niggas are still watching on the network and watching it on there. But you can't do that shit, nigga, when you're doing a whole scale thing and then it's on TV too, nigga. Like, we're gonna see. Like, listen, AEW, anything under $1 million is a failure. Now, you know what I'm saying? You niggas are the Brooklyn Nets now.
NXT did like a smooth 800,000.
Hey, that's what NXT is supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They went up.
Like TNT,
I think they'll both get
Warner Brothers. TNT and Warner Brothers already like have a like sort of a fickle relationship outside of Ted Turner with professional wrestling. Like there are still executives that were there when WCW went down that are still there right now that still don't want wrestling to be played. And they're like, yo, I could throw a movie on that slot and get the same amount of viewers and shit like that. Like you still have those guys that are there. And if you're not like pulling in like, I don't know, like maybe 800,000 to 1 million viewers without the competition, like you're going to be disappointing them.
Nah, if you niggas, $1 million or less. You niggas bringing in Mike Tyson. Like
now that there's no bouncing off of each other's audiences, you got to go it alone now. Both of them, NXT and AEW. You know what I'm saying? So
a mediocre episode of Raw just did 2 million, nigga. This is supposed to be your Raw, nigga. So
I'll keep it a buck. That's the Raw after WrestleMania. 2 million people is not coming back next week.
Raw after WrestleMania is the show that people tune in because they think.
What's their worst?
That shit was lackluster as fuck.
They got a regular Charlotte promo where she said, "I'm a new Charlotte," and
she's the same old Charlotte. Yeah, we know.
Same old Charlotte.
Fuck you, niggas, man.
Switch my
Niggas
face
thought
for
I
the
was
sixth
done.
time this week. Hang it up on the wall when I come home and just put another one on. It's my sleep
Like,
face.
yo, she took that shit off. You remember when Sting took the mask off and
and it was
like
another
the Sting
mask under it?
That's what Charlotte.
Oh,
bitch. That's what time it is.
all right, man.
Championships.
That's fucking hilarious. Let's move the fuck away from that. Oh, lastly, you did mention, since we were talking about just networks and just those companies doing their thing, I did want to mention supposedly and allegedly MLW has been in talks with Discovery for a broadcast deal. So we might have another promotion on broadcast cable in MLW pretty soon. But then I could, you know what I'm saying? Well, I could turn on YouTube and just see Jacob Fatu just smacking niggas around and talking.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's always fun. ROW 500 show, I think that's what, today, I think, or next week? I don't know. I don't remember the date, but that's happening. Let's take it somewhere else. Jizzle, smoke break.
God.
I'm high already.
Fuck that. Oh, Graham. So funny.
Oh,
Funny,
sure,
nigga.
Colin Powell having ass motherfucker.
I remember. Who was it? Was it Shannon Sharp? Hey man, why you block KD, man? That's funny. You see Shannon
I
Sharp
don't know
block KD?
why. Yeah, he for sure blocked KD. I don't know why Shannon Sharp blocked KD, man. Like, dog,
Hey,
come
man.
on, dog.
Sometimes
Hey,
you
man.
gotta let KD
Don't-
get his temper tantrum out. You know what I'm saying?
Don't throw rocks at the throne, my nigga, and then hide your hands. What's up, bud? That nigga said,
Nah,
that
man.
nigga Shannon Sharp said, yo, if you want to have a conversation with me, we can have that off social media. Block.
Yeah.
I said what I said.
KD is a
Yeah.
fucking menace,
He's
bro.
like, what you gonna do about it?
KD got Shannon Sharp to apologize to his mother. This nigga scared Michael Rappaport shitless, and this nigga got Shannon Sharp blocking him on Twitter. KD don't fucking play.
But this is the thing though. What if Shannon Sharp was like, nigga, I heard Draymond say that shit in the interview, nigga. That's where I got my quote from, nigga. And I said what I said. What the fuck are you gonna do about it? What is KD gonna do about it?
Nothing.
He gonna pull up on Shannon Sharp?
Like,
Fucking Georgia nigga blow would take this nigga and floss his teeth with this nigga. This nigga got 107 teeth, nigga. This nigga got 107 teeth, nigga. This nigga he floss this nigga Katie with this nigga blood. Beat up him and Kyrie at the same time, nigga. And Kyrie gonna be like, you know what, Katie? I don't even feel like fighting, nigga. He gonna beat the
Kyrie
Daisy
a
Cookies
fucking
out this nigga.
Kyrie a soft ass nigga, man.
Why Kyrie
Hey,
Sharp?
You
Hey,
see
he
that
got
shit
mad-
that happened with him and
Hey, he got
Schroeder?
mad at
Yo,
he got mad at
He
Schroeder.
got up in Schroeder's face, and Schroeder was like, yo, what the fuck, nigga? And Kyrie was like, yo, who the fuck you calling a nigga? You don't know me like that. You can't call me no nigga. And he got super mad and was getting up in his face like, yo, don't you ever call me a nigga in your fucking life. Don't call me a nigga.
Crazy, bro.
I'm like, yo, this is another black man. What the fuck are you talking about?
Why are you tripping on him like that, right?
I'm like, nigga, you act like Miles Plumlee came up to your face and called you a nigga or some shit like that. Like, bro, calm the fuck down.
Hey, I was shocked. I was like, wait, that's what he said? He wrote a tweet. It was like, we are not N-words, all right? I'm going to get this
No,
word.
I got it right here. Let's take a look at it. The N-word is a derogatory racial slur. It will never be a term of endearment. Reclaimed, flipped. Never forget its foul and true history. Throw that N-word out the window right alongside with all of those other racist words used to describe my people. We are not N-words or slaves. Well, we're not slaves or N-words.
Because you are a Negro robot, a Negrobot. A Negro robot, a Negrobot. That's what your ass is.
Because what the fuck are you doing, nigga? Like,
hey, KD was just like, what is this nigga like? What is it? Oh, this nigga getting thrown out again. He just don't want to play, nigga.
Yo, this nigga thinks just because he's from Germany, like, yo, he's not really black or whatever. I'm
nigga,
like, yo,
you are a
niggas say nigga every place in the
Everywhere,
world where they're
nigga.
black. Like, yo, it doesn't matter if you're in Sudan. It doesn't matter if you're a black man in Canada. Like, you saying nigga, and you got the right to say
called
it.
the N-word by white people. So,
Yes.
so nigga, I know the same struggle as you, motherfucker. What is wrong with you, Kyrie?
Exactly.
Hey, look, Kyrie. Hey, look, man. Hey, look, I was watching the game tonight, man, and you know, Kyrie didn't look like he can lead a team by himself, and everybody says he's better than threes. It's like I don't know. And look, Kyrie,
like yo, Kyrie has proved that he really can't hold the team down by himself. Like nigga was mad at LeBron for coming to Cleveland and sort of like leading the team, and then he went out on his own. Was like, yo, I'm gonna go to the Celtics.
Boston.
Went to Boston, couldn't lead them niggas.
Blood, and the thing is, nigga, he got
like,
so
nigga,
lucky.
Fucking Jaylen Brown's
so
like,
lucky.
nigga, I handle shit over here, nigga. What the fuck are you doing?
No,
Exactly.
the thing when he went over there, Jason Tatum got drafted, so he fell into Jason Tatum, nigga. He fell into Jason Tatum, so he was like, oh, okay, and then like he knew.
Kyrie, man.
Who was the fucking motherfucker that was over there before? Short dude that was over there running that shit. What was his fucking name?
Fucking hilarious.
Whoa, Isaiah Thomas?
Yeah, Isaiah Thomas. That's his fucking name. Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas was more of a leader than fucking Kyrie was on the Celtics.
Didn't IT 10-day just run out?
Yeah, they got to resign him, blood, man. They need some scores. We just signed.
I told him, please don't die over the neighborhood that your mama renting.
Come on, Kyrie. You still nigga, bruh. What's wrong with this nigga, man? That's crazy. Man. We got another thing over here.
Wait, hey, fucking.
Like, no, I don't want to finish that.
No, wait, who's the fucking dude that got beat up by Aaron Donald, nigga?
DeVincent, whatever the fuck this nigga's name is. Look at this nigga's face. He don't even look like the same nigga. Man, and niggas is talking about how many slaps could you take? How many slaps could you take from Walter? Or how many chops could you take? Nigga, you wanna fight Aaron Donald, nigga, for what, nigga?
Bro,
he took your bottle in the club, nigga? That's his bottle, nigga.
Nigga, that nigga come up to you.
Is that what happened?
He stepped on your shoes, nigga. Them is his shoes, nigga. What the fuck is you talking about? That nigga
smack you in the fucking face. That nigga smack your girl in the ass, nigga. That's your girl. That's his girl now, nigga.
He stepped on your fake Dior ones, nigga. Them is his Dior ones, nigga. What you talking about?
Listen, other buck. All right, listen. He stepped on your Dior ones.
Yeah, you fucking Usher buck, nigga.
Yeah, listen here. Listen here. DeVincent Kennedy McMahon.
DeVincent Kennedy DeVincent Carter.
Yo, that shit hit the group chat. I was screaming.
Hey,
this nigga's name is DeVincent, nigga. DeVincent Kennedy McMahon, nigga.
Hey, DeVincent. Hey, as soon as the judge sees this thing, it was like, DeVincent, throw it out the cage, nigga. Get this away from me.
Yo.
DeVincent is suing who? He's suing Aaron Donald. I'm ripping this up right in front of him. I want you to bring him in right now so I can rip it up in front of him.
You like, nigga, you trying to get me killed? Nigga, the fuck are you talking about? You suing Aaron Donald, nigga?
How the fuck he beat this nigga ass and this nigga still got gravel in his eye, nigga?
This nigga's face, nigga.
Bruh.
Look at this nigga's face.
God darn, nigga, he beat the side of that mustache off that nigga's face.
Bro, he beat that nigga whole left side nigga to a poet, nigga.
Nigga, like this part of that nigga's mustache is gone, man.
I feel bad for bruh. That's horrible.
That nigga like a before after picture with a peanut allergy, nigga.
Yo,
like,
you remember when Hulk was getting his ass handed to him by Thanos? That's probably what that fight looked like.
Getting smacked. Oh my god, nigga.
Bro, how do your eye look like that and your arm in a sling, nigga? So not only did you get punched up, nigga, and you got slammed, nigga. And your arm in a sling.
Batista bomb this nigga.
This nigga Aaron Donald, that nigga fucking get that nigga Canadian Destroyer, nigga. Do you know that's Aaron Donald, nigga? He's a top 100 player of all time already, nigga. He's 30 years old.
Whose idea was this shit, nigga? Like what, nigga? That's crazy. Like who? Right, nigga? Who? Like DeVincent Russo. DeVincent Russo wrote this storyline because nigga, that's the only way I would believe that something like this would happen. Nigga, why would you even test this nigga? Did you look, dog? You see this nigga training with like fucking knives and shit? Nigga, you remember that video, nigga? I mean, they was like plastic knives and shit, but nigga, I don't put it past this nigga to practice with real knives every once and again just to play fun, nigga. He looked like one of them niggas that would do this shit with the knives, nigga, just to do this shit for fun, nigga. Remember niggas used to do that shit?
That shit is terrible.
This nigga Aaron Donald use a team's own running back to sack another nigga's quarterback. Nigga was like, yo, get this nigga on the ground for me, nigga. Thank you. Nigga, this nigga Devontae Freeman, nigga, he another DeVee, nigga. Look, remember when Devontae Freeman? I remember this nigga Devontae Freeman got carried, nigga 16 yards by Aaron Donald, nigga, because he kept trying to hit him, nigga. See, it's always a Deva, nigga. You Devas need to stay away from Aaron Donald, okay? Because Aaron Donald has the thing for Devas, nigga. DeVincent, what were you thinking, nigga? Do you see the things Aaron Donald does on Sundays, nigga, against niggas who are way more athletic than you and way bigger than you? and you thought that you were about to do anything.
Turned that nigga into
bro, turned you into a meme, nigga.
Yo.
And you a sucker, nigga. How your name DeVincent and you get your ass beat so bad that you got to sue, nigga? That was like slow bucks, right?
DeVincent Vaughn. DeVince Vaughn.
DeVincent Vaughn, nigga.
This nigga for sure. DeVincent Kennedy McMahon.
I will pimp slap 2 people tonight.
I just want to know, what are you thinking? Fight, like, whatever Aaron Donald did, I'm pretty sure you need to apologize for it. You could be like, yo, man, my bad.
Whatever he did, you should apologize for sure.
Yeah, nigga, because it's your fault.
Thoughts went through that nigga's mind. That nigga was like, man, fuck this nigga. I'm gonna beat this nigga ass. Why'd I try to fight this nigga? Damn, I'm really fucked up, huh?
No, in between there, he said, fuck, that's Aaron Donald. Between all your steps, he said, fuck, that's Aaron Donald.
Damn, man.
I'm gonna beat this nigga ass. Fuck, that's Aaron Donald.
Like, yo, if niggas have video of this shit, like, I want to see this shit.
I need it.
I need it in my life, nigga.
If there's video,
cameras everywhere. You tell me you can find Sweetie and Quavo having a shoving match, nigga. You gotta find this shit.
That wasn't even a shoving match, man. He boxed her out, nigga.
Right, he for sure boxed her out. Nigga, get out the key. Give my Call of Duty back.
Yeah, nigga.
Nigga was looking up at the camera like, God damn, man.
Right. He for sure looked at that camera like, oh, this bitch got me looking crazy.
Nigga.
Yo, niggas was on the elevator. They went down to the next floor. Niggas was on the elevator looking in there like, damn, I ain't getting on that shit.
Nigga, she just immediately hit the ground, nigga. Like, she just didn't throw, nigga, the crispest 1-2, nigga, from the southpaw stance, nigga, like you had never seen before in your life. You probably got hit 16 times, nigga. Like, let me make sure my Call of Duty game good. As long as you don't mess this up, nigga. I could dodge these punches, nigga, but the Call of Duty game, and she tried to say, yo, let's talk about this damn game. And then she probably grabbed that shit. He like, no.
I need my shit.
Ew.
All right, man. Let's take it there. We've been here for a while.
1, 2, 3, let's go.
What was DeVincent thinking, y'all?
The nigga was trying to get the check. DeVincent.
Damn, man, he a pack for sure.
That is crazy. That nigga's for sure a pack, man. Damn, man, my nigga Aaron Rodgers been hosting Jeopardy, bro, going crazy, bro. They said this his second career could be better than his first. You know what I'm saying? I have a problem with that. Not only because it's just Jeopardy and I don't really watch Jeopardy, but the problem is not really the Jeopardy thing. The problem is that there's a growing frustration between the Packers and Aaron Rodgers, and I can feel it, I can smell it, I can see it. It's not, bro. Hey, what Bean say? My spidey senses is tingling right now, man.
Dangerous,
right?
Dangerous.
Shit down there might not end up well, man. Eventually, Jordan Love is gonna have to play, right?
Aaron Rodgers is saying like, look, no, nigga.
Basically,
you think you could take a no, nigga?
Every time, hey man.
Did you not see what I just did last year?
Let's
do
less
more
for
money.
You. Let's do less for you though. But and now there apparently there's a claim that they're not signing anybody right now during free agency, and a lot of their money for the draft capital is tied up within his contract. Well, motherfucker, you shouldn't have gave me the money, nigga. It's my shit, nigga. JG Whitworth, nigga. It's my money, and I need it now. Run it. So what? Say something.
I'm one of the only niggas on the NFL with the guaranteed contract. It's me and a couple other niggas. Look it up.
Right.
It's
For sure. It's only 4 dudes on every NFL rating.
Everybody could be cut tomorrow.
You think I'm stupid? You think I'm stupid? So you're telling me right now that a deal that I signed 2 years ago is affecting how you guys are supposed to draft now because y'all gave me so much money. So you think I'm that stupid, huh? You think that we didn't make no money? Like you niggas just didn't add a 17th game?
You feel me? Like exactly.
You niggas just added the 17th game. Add another wild card game.
Amazon has the fucking exclusive rights to fucking Thursday Night Football for the next how many 10 years or whatever the fuck. Are y'all gonna be watching Thursday Night Football? Now?
Really?
Nigga, I got the NFL Network.
I didn't know that shit.
Is it gonna be on? Is Thursday Night Football gonna be on the NFL Network?
It's always on the NFL Network.
It's on NFL Network. It's on NFL Network and it's on CBS.
They said exclusive rights to Amazon Prime, so that's why I have to ask the question: is it going to be simulcast on the NFL Network?
They gotta shoot that shit on the NFL Network, dog. Because the NFL Network can't lose the NFL, nigga.
Hey man,
lose the NFL. If Bezos bought the NFL from the NFL, nigga.
I'm just saying, bro. Niggas gonna log into the NFL Network and be like, "Yep, let me get that Thursday Night Football," and they gonna get that WWE Peacock message. Hey, why don't you go there and download Peacock? Thank you.
Take your ass over there, nigga.
Take your ass over to Amazon. Thank you.
Hey, Bezos is like, for Thursdays, I own the NFL.
Right.
They gonna pop up on the screen with Roger Goodell. They gonna pop up on a 2-way screen with Roger Goodell. I'm like, yo, nigga, I just bought the NFL, nigga.
Just for Thursdays, though. I can only afford Thursdays.
But just on Thursdays, nigga. I'm still trying to do these little shows on this network, nigga.
The contract it says McMahon, but it doesn't say Vincent. It says DeVincent Kennedy
McMahon.
DeVincent Kennedy McMahon. It was me all along.
Nigga, that's why Aaron Donald beat his ass.
I now own this ass whooping from Aaron Donald.
Out, of course. What's the Raiders gonna do at the draft, bro? Draft is in 2 weeks. What y'all need? What y'all gonna do?
I don't even. Blood. We need a fucking linebacker. First off, we just signed fucking Carl Joseph back. If you want to sign him back, then why'd you let him go? Fucking Gruden, you fucking idiot. But
hey, when was that video? When was that video where Gruden talking about we're gonna find a way to get Khalil Mack back?
Nigga, we are not getting Khalil Mack back, dog.
You saw that video though, right?
I don't know. I heard it, and I don't even want to see it.
And that nigga's eyes, you can tell he doesn't even believe that shit.
You don't believe nothing that you're saying. You are the exact reason why you're gone.
Nigga had a tear from that side cheek, like, yeah, we can get him back.
The thing is, nigga, like, you went to a whole better situation, allegedly, and didn't do no better than us. And we beat y'all last year and the year before that. So, and that pick that we, and the picks that we got, yeah, we got fucking Josh Jacobs with that shit.
That's a fact.
We was all pro, nigga. So, some tomato, you would have come back for $90 million, nigga. Come on, David just signed 1 year for 10, nigga.
Yep.
Y'all was in the same draft. I mean, y'all know you got a couple defensive player of the years and shit, but you know.
Hey, wait. What Ben Simmons say about Rudy Gobert?
I mean,
year. He was like, I mean, he guarded me one game. I had like 42. You feel me? Right. But I'm not a scorer though.
Yo.
Hey, who you got for rookie of the year this year?
Shit. Man, it's supposed to be fucking Wiseman.
It was supposed to be LaMelo, man.
Yeah, sure. Both of them niggas.
Yeah, so Anthony Edwards shouted. You know what I'm saying? He's like, hey, check this out, shouted.
Hey, what's up with Anthony Edwards? Cause why he acting like he don't know A-Rod?
Yo,
hey, I don't know who that is, nigga. But
niggas don't watch baseball. They was like, yo, man, like, yo, aren't you happy and excited? Did you ever think that you'd cross past him one day? And he was like, yo, I really don't know who this nigga is, bro.
I don't really know nothing about baseball like that, though. But then you see the interview. He had the other interview with the bitch, and he was like, "Yo, I used to play baseball when I was younger. I was nice. I played shortstop. I played center field, and I played third baseman. I was a batter." He said,
and I played
that shit. and playing that shit.
And playing that shit. Like I used to love to play baseball. I still like to watch baseball. I watch during postseason, and that's about it.
Yeah,
I'm watching the World Series and the Home Run Derby. That's about it.
The only time I watched like a World Series like completely through is when the Cubs went, because I love the Cubs in my team. Is when they went to the World Series.
Rapper, aren't you?
Nigga,
Don't say that, like yo.
But Graham, it's just because that you know what I'm saying the Orioles have never done anything. You know, man.
Nigga, I don't fucking like the Orioles. We don't even have a Major League Baseball team in Virginia, man. I always get mad at that shit.
Bro, you're from
We don't have any
Baltimore,
sports
dog.
team.
You gotta cheer for those niggas. You're a Ravens fan, you're an Orioles fan. Both very smart birds. If you look at
My nigga said they're both very smart birds. Don't
you don't want a Raven, nigga? I want a Raven right now, nigga.
Nigga, dead ass
This is
birds.
smart as a 7-year-old kid.
Never more,
You
nigga.
can teach them niggas to talk.
But the niggas are smart 7-year-old kids. You can teach them niggas how to hate niggas' families and their generations of families.
You niggas are hilarious, man.
Yeah.
But that's the only, like, the home run derby is the only time baseball's interesting. And then I remember last time I really watched baseball and really cared. I remember I watched Madison Bumgarner like win 2 games, single-handedly win the last 2 games for the Giants, like by himself. Like nobody got to run. Like 2 people got to hit. Maybe 1 nigga got walked between 2 games. He was like, yes, and I went all 9 innings. You niggas aren't getting nothing. And then he might have hit a home run in one of them games too. Like they was like, yo, Madison, can you go tomorrow? He was like, nigga, what you think, nigga? He was like, of course I can go tomorrow.
This nigga put the belt back on.
Yeah,
all right, man. That's pretty much the show this week, dog. Let's get the fuck up out of here, man. Shout out to the tribal chief, you feel me? That nigga said, I'ma stack
acknowledge me.
That nigga said, that nigga did exactly what he said he was gonna do. So we'll see what happens with Roman on Friday on SmackDown. Well, tomorrow night, basically, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, this has been, of course, the Public Enemies podcast episode number, 153. We were joined, of course, by Jizzy of the Dead Ass Girls. Shout out to the Dead Ass Girls. Make sure y'all follow them on all social media platforms and all that shit. Yes, indeed. And of course, if you want to follow the show, go ahead and follow the show at The Enemies POD on Twitter and at Public Enemies Pod on Instagram. I go by the name of Graham. You can follow me directly at Oh My God Graham Jizzle. Go ahead and let the people know where they can find you, my guy.
They can find me, yeah, that's me and shit, you know what I'm saying? Niggas be high and shit, you know what I'm saying? Talking shit. Everybody pack, nigga. Y'all niggas be packed, nigga. All your niggas is packs, nigga. Steph Curry just passed fucking motherfucking Wilt Chamberlain. I don't know if y'all niggas know that. And then he did it by dropping,
greatest warrior of all time.
Hey, he said he did it by just dropping just nigga, a modest 53, nigga, on your so-called
modest 53
on your so-called fucking MVP candidate known as Jokic. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's going on right now. Like I don't know who y'all niggas is cheering for, but all a nigga need is a playing game, and you niggas are dead.
Ben,
but
you
yeah,
got a public enemy
me.
number one. Jizzle. Thank you. Please get to it. I'm like, good Lord, man. You got this long ass drawn out. Like, oh no, I gotta tell y'all why. If we get in position, don't let niggas fuck up and get
you and Jizzy got to have a great old time earlier, nigga. So let me get that off, and then we're good now.
You know, you're right. My bad. What can I say? Yeah. You're right. Ben, you are the public enemy number one, my friend. Why don't you go ahead and take us out, my guy?
Oh, this nigga.
Yo. You thought I was going to let this shit rip off?
I'm sick.
Yo, public enemy number one. I was sitting there screaming, watching that shit, looking at the score on night 1 and night 2. But you know, tribal chief prevailed, turned everybody into a pack,
including us.
Man.
Yo, dead ass. I was looking at that shit. I was like, yo,
I got killed.
Tron. CJ.
Yeah, nigga.
Graham.
Damn, that shit was perfect.
Yo. Wait,
How do we
you
do
can follow
that?
me on Twitter. Yo. Yo. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at _the Son of Mars _. And if you're on Facebook, you can join the wrestling group, Wrestling Real Fans Chop Shop.
Definitely, man.
That's it.
Shout out, man. Let's get the fuck up out of here, man. Frenemies, we appreciate y'all. We'll be back next week and talk a little bit more shit. Other than that, take care of yourselves and each other. You like my little Jerry Springer out show now?
You said you was gonna say that too.
For sure said I was gonna say
That's a
that
throwback.
shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, that's that shit
throwback.
now. Nigga, that's for sure how we ended the show now.
You know what I'm saying? That's how you follow through on what you